We also have I should have said we have new emotes now for this channel. And my favorite one is, did you hit record? Welcome back to the Storymoders podcast. My name is Robert. His name is Mike. Over here. And up top, we are joined tonight by Zachy G. Zachy, how you doing tonight, buddy? Welcome in for the first time.
I'm doing well. Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I'm excited to be here, excited to talk a little Mass Effect.
Yeah. One of the most misunderstood games of all time.
Certainly.
Not perfect, but it's fun. Still good. I like it. I'm a fan of it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's good to know.
Oh, you didn't know I was a fan of it?
No idea.
My good sir, I'm an Andromeda apologist. All right, that's my AA. All right, unlike Mike over here.
This podcast just got a lot better.
Yeah.
Ooh. Man, what glorious news.
Oh, yes. So tonight, as you can see from maybe the title, or if you're watching this later on from the thumbnail on YouTube, tonight is all about the misunderstood genius of Mass Effect Andromeda, and also the wasted potential of Mass Effect Andromeda, because it's not a perfect game, but it's not as bad as people say it is, at least in my opinion. I don't know about, I think Zachy's opinion too. Mike hates it. He's played it multiple times, and every time he's been like, why am I playing this again? Yet he just keeps playing it over and over again. I don't know why. I don't know why you keep doing this to yourself. You don't want to play it, Mike.
That's not fair. We're not talking about Borderlands 3 here.
Nah, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
not talking
I can't
about
really argue that.
Borderlands, but the E is a 3. Get it? Because then it's like
There it is.
followed by Borderlands, or Borderlands, but then the A is a 4.
Marketing.
Yeah, and then Borderlands 5, but then the S is a 5,
There it is.
and then just Borderlands 6. I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't know that anything goes with the 6.
Yeah. There's no G. Right? In Borderlands?
No.
No. You can't really get away with the L.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, L doesn't fit.
Ooh, Peashwag. It's a lowercase b.
Yeah. There it is.
Oh, okay.
We did it.
I see the vision.
Speaking of the vision, man, I really thought that Braun Breaker was going to win the Rumble this year.
So did I.
Yeah.
Me, my brothers, and a couple of our friends. My brother puts together like a little prediction sheet each year, and I put Braun as the winner. And yeah, that didn't happen.
Nope. Not even a little bit. Before we dive into wrestling or to really anything, let's introduce our... Actually, no, fuck that. Before we do that, Zach, you can wait. Mikey, how you doing, buddy?
We're doing all right. As you can see, I've got a new little setup going.
Yes, you do.
Yes. So, yeah, I like it. I dig it. So this is probably what it's going to look like going forward, barring some slight changes in lighting orientation and so forth. But yeah, we're doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
It's stuck.
What?
That's not good.
Oh.
Oh, is that like stuck? Like...
Man,
I don't think I've seen that before.
Man, you better hope they got him. Still got him at Costco.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm loving the new setup, Mikey.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, shelves look really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Shelves look nice, and then selfishly, there's words behind you, so I know if your screen is backwards or not.
Yep. Yep.
Because in Discord it is, but I can see that it's clearly not.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. On stream, the important thing, I'm good. I'm oriented correctly.
It's old reliable here.
Hey.
Because this piece of shit apparently only works for these goddamn drinks. Jesus Christ. It is...
Wait a minute. Were you trying to twist off?
I thought it was a twist off, so that's on me. That is on me.
Yeah.
I thought it was a twist off. But still, you know. Like,
We've
get
all
over
been there.
yourself, Kona.
Oh, I'm bringing Kona in a glass bottle. Look at you.
They didn't have the two big boys.
Hmm.
So this is essentially just 3 big boys.
Okay.
It's a 6-pack. So,
I'll do it.
you know, no biggie. But Mikey, yeah, loving the setup. You just you did a stream the other day. We did a little
Yep, we did
Little-
a little test stream.
fallouts. Yeah.
Yep. Gonna hopefully try to get a couple more in because I want to get back to regular streaming next week. It's supposed to be this week, but things got pushed back, reasons, so on and so forth. But yeah, we're gonna get back to it pretty soon. And if anybody out there wants to help me see if this setup is still working right, twitch.tv/nerding for beginners. Follow me on the socials. That's where I usually post some sort of vague, half-assed thing about a test stream. So,
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was definitely working. The other night we played some
Good.
Fallout. It looked like shit on my end, but apparently everything just looked like shit on my end that day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the hell was going on, but we're here now.
Yeah.
You're here.
yeah.
I'm here. And
Zacky's
Zacky's here.
Hi, I'm here.
Hey, Zach. Do you prefer Zach or Zacky?
Either's fine. You can
Okay.
roll with Zach if you want. Zacky if you're feeling it. Either one works.
We can Zach if we want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't leave your Zach behind.
Okay. But my friends don't Zach, and if they don't Zach, then they're no Zachs of mine.
Correct. Yes.
You know. Mike
Actually,
doesn't
part
get
of
it.
TOS.
So Mike, that's a reference to a song.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
no. I got it.
Safety Dance.
Yeah.
By who sings Safety Dance, Mike?
At
He's
this
muted.
moment, I don't.
It's Devo. Don't look that up. Just believe in me.
No one proofread that.
No one will. No, because the only person that edits shit here is this guy. I'm gonna put it up on the screen right now. Safety Dance by Devo, 1984.
There it is.
That's all correct.
Yep.
Zach,
There it is.
Zach, go ahead and introduce yourself for the couple of people who may not know you that are either watching and or listening.
Hey everybody, I'm ZackyG. I'm ZackyG74 on Twitch. I stream a variety of things, kind of whatever I'm feeling. We do a lot of Souls-like, a lot of RPGs, the occasional Mario Kart. Again, just kind of whatever we're feeling there. Here today, talk about a little Mass Effect Andromeda. Take a little defensive stance on that game that gets a little too much hate, but I'm excited to be here. Thank you guys for having me. I got a little 2-page document with just some bullet points going. So we'll be talking a little bit, but I got my Andromeda helmet, and I got my pint glass.
Hey.
Oh my God! Yes, Zachy G. He ordered it.
Yep.
Do not put this in the
Nice.
dishwasher.
Nope, I looked it up first because we almost did.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but oh my God! Thank you so much, man. How are you liking it?
Of course.
It's just a nice pint glass,
great.
isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
If anything, like your classic pint glass, if anything, like a little bit sturdy. I don't like it. It's got
Yeah,
good weight to it.
it's thick. I like it. It's just not dishwasher safe for the graphics. Welcome in Flame Fox. Flame, just a
Hey.
heads up.
Flame.
Mike and Zachy have not watched the season finale of Fallout. I've watched it. I'm not going to put any spoilers. I'm not going to say any spoilers or anything. Just throwing that out there ahead of time. Flame, I think, has watched it. And Flame, we can talk afterwards. We can talk later about this. 100% sure. 100% for sure. Yeah. So, Zach, we have a question that we ask all of our first-time guests. Okay.
Yes.
What is the first game you ever played, And what is your favorite game of all time?
The first game I ever played was Pokemon Red on the Game Boy. Not the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy. It was my brother's Game Boy. I was obsessed with Pokemon Red, but I was also about 3 or 4 years old. And so I would boot up Pokemon Red. I would pick Charmander or Squirtle. And then I would head north, get Oak's Parcel. And then again, being about 3 or 4, not know what to do next. And so I would restart, pick my Charmander or Squirtle, rinse and repeat. But yeah, that was the first game I ever played. My favorite game of all time is Mass Effect 2. And it has been for about 15 or so years.
Yeah. Would you say, like, since it came out?
I think maybe a little bit after, because I don't think I had it on release. So basically how I ended up getting into Mass Effect was my brother's friend had come over, and we all had 360s, and we all played Halo together, and COD too. And he was like, hey, I want you to try out this game. I love it. I don't really see many people, talking about it, because, back then, like, podcasts weren't really all that big. We weren't really, all that much on YouTube.
I mean,
And
we
so it was
we invented podcasts, so, like, yeah.
I mean, you did, yeah.
It started here.
Yeah. It did. We have proof of that. But yeah, he handed me Mass Effect 1, and I fell in love instantly. I played that game every day of every week throughout high school, and then eventually, I discovered Mass Effect 2 existed. And so this is kind of what I was saying a little bit ago, where I was like, I don't think I played it right when it came out because I don't think I knew about it.
Okay.
But
So
then,
it wasn't like you were already a fan of the series when 2 came out. It was already out, essentially. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was out as I was handed 1. And then eventually I made my way to 2. And I've played 2 on, and I played 1 like this too, but I played 2 on 360. I've played it on PC. And I have it across like 2 or 3 different platforms on PC, like Steam, EA, and I feel like there's one more, maybe GOG. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check.
Yeah. God, Mass Effect 2 is so fucking good.
It's so fucking good.
Mike, what's your favorite Mass Effect?
All the party members are incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, what was that, Robert?
I was saying, what's your favorite Mass Effect game?
I like to celebrate the catalog, the entire unplayed catalog in my various libraries.
Yep.
I'm getting around to it, all right?
It's been 25 years. That's actually not true. I don't know when Mass Effect 1 came out.
I want to say...
It was a 360
2008?
exclusive. At first, So you're saying 2008?
Yeah, that's going to be my final answer.
Final answer. November 20th, 2007.
Close.
Yep.
Right there.
2 months off.
Yep.
Damn.
Latest release, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, May 14th, 2021.
Yeah.
I need more.
2021? That's
2021.
crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like Legendary Edition came out 3 years ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago, even.
I feel like Legendary Edition came out well before the world ended, but apparently it didn't.
Yeah.
Apparently it was after.
Nope.
Well.
So, yeah, that's where I've got that helmet. Right there.
Yeah, I also have that, I think. Unless
From this-
is that custom?
No, there's a soccer ball in it.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's a stolen soccer ball in it because it just fits perfectly in there.
Attaboy.
Yeah, I've had the soccer ball longer than I've had that helmet. Yeah.
Keeps helmet for moving though.
Yeah. No, it does. Yeah, and because the helmet's kind of weird, and the thing that it's on is not that big, so it kind of just moves away. Or moves kind of on its own. Riley, just dropping by, watching last 3 episodes of Fallout. Perfect. Mike and Zach have not watched the season finale, so we are not talking Fallout tonight. We are just talking Mass Effect Andromeda. So feel free to have us tabbed up and and hang out. Thank you, Riley. Thank you.
Also, I'm jealous that they have 3 episodes to watch back to back to back. That's pretty incredible.
I mean, technically, we now have 16 episodes to watch back to back to back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair.
And yeah. Oh my God, we are going to be talking about that later on this week. Mike and I and a guest talking about the season finale on Storymoders Quantum. That has been such a fun fucking time
Really
for the
has,
past however long it's been now. Yeah. God, it's such a good show, guys. It's such a good show.
It's really good. It's everything that they're doing, even like the little tiny things, like the drug addiction, and it's just awesome.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So, should we, Mike? Do you have anything that you wanna talk about? Any gaming related news that has come out recently that you've heard about?
No, I got nothing.
Nothing.
I got nothing.
Zachy?
Just spreading the good word of Octopath Zero.
Okay.
Just pick it up. Great game. Awesome. That's all I got.
Sounds good. I did read I didn't read the whole thing from Jason Schreier today, but he interviewed some of the people over at Rockstar. So I don't know if you guys saw this. It's about obviously GTA 6, and they essentially were like, summer we're going to start our big, marketing push for GTA 6, and right now we have no plans on delaying it again, and we have no plans on delaying the physical version, because there was kind of a rumor that went out last week that they were going to release the digital version early, or not early, but release the physical version later to kind of avoid any spoilers getting out. So apparently that is not the case. So we will see.
Have you ever wondered how some of your favorite video games would rank against each other? I hated having free time, so I decided to tackle that exact question. Welcome to the Tier List, the video game podcast. The Tier List is a seasonal video game show where a guest brings a game for us to rank on the titular tier list. We talk about it, then rank it, but you, the audience, gets a vote in where it will be placed by the end of the season. New episodes of the Tier List, of video game podcast, drop every other week on YouTube and podcast services. Follow me on social media at Adam Gumby for updates on the show.
Haven't heard that one in a hot minute.
The best.
I fucking love Carly Rae Jepsen. One of my favorite Canadians.
Who doesn't?
Hitler probably didn't. Probably not a fan.
Yeah. Probably.
Well, he sucks anyway, so
Yeah,
it tracks.
he's got shit taste.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's not going to be in the podcast, like in the podcast one on YouTube.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think YouTube.
well, then
would
if we're
be
just
cool
gonna,
with
I was gonna say, well,
Yeah.
if we're just taking shots at Hitler on Twitch.
that. Oh no, fuck Hitler. I just meant the
Yeah.
the
Oh, the
clip
Carly Rae?
the Carly Rae.
Yeah.
You know what you need to do? You need to just find just some random like royalty-free music, just totally different, and just put it in there. Like, turn it up, and then just some random like, I don't know, neoclassical thing.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah,
Throw it out there.
the Apple Music is on a different wavelength, so that guy should be able to easily do that.
All right.
Not a terrible idea. So, we are talking about Mass Effect Andromeda,
Yes.
released on consoles. I should have pulled that up.
2017 March.
A 2017 action role-playing game developed by BioWare and published by EA. It was released in March 2017.
March 21st, 2017 in North America, March 23rd, 2017 in the PAL regions. This is the first one, and so far the only one, on the Frostbite engine, which was until now used for sports games.
Mm-hmm.
So that, is a good good idea.
Well, listen, it worked so well here. They just made Battlefield do it too. Like,
the
well-
Frostbite 3 engine. Okay, it looks like there were some. Never mind. It was like more. I might be thinking of a different engine then.
yeah,
I do think this is a Frostbite though.
No, it is on
right?
Frostbite. I was thinking of
Okay, yeah.
Frostbite was. I was thinking it was the that was just used for like EA Sports games. But it's
Gotcha.
yeah, not. I'm silly. Since the release of Rory McIlroy PGA Tour in 2015, Frostbite has seen use in EA Sports' annual sports titles, which previously used the Ignite engine. Okay. So Mass Effect Andromeda was a very highly anticipated game. That's to fucking put it lightly. All right.
Yeah.
The original Mass Effect trilogy, damn near perfect. Perfect video game trilogy. You can have qualms with the ending of 3. That's fair. All right. I think it's just so difficult to kind of wrap up that type of story in a video game format. When you're just telling the story, if you're watching a movie, it's like, yes, we can have a definitive ending with like something kind of big, but when the entire point of the entire series is you can choose everything that happens, it's going to be tough to kind of end that in a really satisfying way, I think.
Yeah.
But the Citadel ending, I think. Was it the Citadel ending? You just have a fucking party with everybody? That's my ending. But Mass Effect Andromeda came out a few years after Mass Effect 3, set in a brand new literal galaxy. Same universe, but different galaxy, hundreds and hundreds of years after the events of Mass Effect 2. And Zachy, I wanna start with you.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go into spoilers and everything. We'll go into like more story specific stuff here in a minute. But just what were your overall thoughts with Andromeda? Like, were you already? It seems like you were already kind of deep in the sauce of Mass Effect because you have the Andromeda helmet, which I don't give a shit what anybody says. That helmet's cool as fuck. Okay,
it lights up.
Ooh.
It's fantastic.
well, that's the. I thought did you say you had was there an Andromeda one? The big bubble?
So that is the Andromeda one.
Oh, okay.
And then this, so this is the normal N7.
Normal N7.
And then the Andromeda one also has the N7 logo. But this is the Andromeda one that might be the bubble you're talking about.
No, the bubble is on the cover of the game. That one, like that's just like the glass.
I remember
one.
what. Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it.
That is the helmet or I guess one of the helmets you start out with in the game because you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just want to get into it, we can go.
I mean,
over
yeah,
that.
we're gonna spoil the fuck out of Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't played Mass Effect Andromeda by now, it's literally been almost 8 years, 9 years at this point. Okay.
And it's like $6 on Steam right now for the next week.
And that's at 100% fucking price. Get it on sale for $2 when it's 30% off, So I mean, what were your thoughts on Mass Effect Andromeda when it first came out? Did you run through it kind of right away? Did you kind of take your time with it? Did you you grabbed it at launch and everything, but kind of did it hook you immediately? What were your kind of thoughts there?
Yeah, so like you mentioned earlier, Andromeda, like highly anticipated. Everyone was very excited. I grabbed it at launch on digital through I think EA was Origin at the time. I was in college, so excuse me. I was in college, so I had the opportunity to just grab Andromeda, digitally download it, and just play that. I no life it. On launch when I grabbed it, I put 67 hours into it immediately. I was having so much fun with this game, and it wasn't, without the bugs. I knew what everyone was talking about. I saw it.
Yeah.
A lot of mine, I guess I was one of the lucky ones because a lot of my bugs were fixed with, a simple restart, which, I don't mind doing. Yeah, it's a nuisance and it can be frustrating, but like I just love Mass Effect so much that I got through the restart, picked back up, and just went. I didn't have anything too game breaking. Towards the end, or I guess post game, really, I maybe got locked out of one side quest just because it wouldn't populate what I needed to interact with.
Mhm.
But that, again, I poured 67 hours into this game. That was towards when I was basically done with it anyway. And so, that didn't take away from my overall fun or overall enjoyment. Yeah, so like I said, grabbed it at launch, put so much time into it. And I thought for a Mass Effect game that is, separating itself from the original trilogy, I was very happy with it.
Mhm. Mhm. I just heard a noise, like a disconnect noise. So, we still here?
I'm still
Am I
here.
still here? Okay.
I'm still
yeah.
here.
Yeah, I honestly I did the same. I want to say this was one of those ones where you could like if you pre-ordered it, you got it a couple days early, like digitally.
That sounds correct.
And that's what I did because I was so fucking hyped for Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah.
And as a big Mass Effect, trilogy fan, I was gobbling up all of the information about this game and just psyching myself up. Is very different. Not very different. That's kind of a weird thing to say. It's different enough, but it's still, to me at least, it still feels like, hey, we're in the Mass Effect universe, even though this feels like a different place, which it literally was. But the overall presentation for me is honestly top notch. The storyline, I'm my biggest problem with Mass Effect Andromeda is that we don't get any of those story beats that all the little teases at the very end, we never get to see those because it was so poorly received, and it did have issues at launch. Let's not beat around the bush there. It wasn't fucking perfect at launch. But neither was fucking High Guard, and look at it now.
And to build off of what you just said too, like maybe my biggest gripe with Andromeda isn't with Andromeda itself. It's that, Mass Effect is a game about decisions.
Mm-hmm.
In Andromeda, you're making some of those decisions, some, obviously bigger than others. And, with Mass Effect 1 and the Mass Effect 2, you see a lot of those smaller decisions domino and bloom into bigger, consequences. And we're never going to get that with Andromeda. We're never going to get an Andromeda 2. So, there's a couple big decisions in this game. One, because, like you said, we're going to get in the spoilers. There's a chance to save the Solarian Pathfinder or save a bunch of Krogan scouts. And, in Andromeda, that doesn't really have a whole lot of payoff.
Mm-hmm.
But, in an Andromeda 2, that could be something that, like, really affects the storyline.
Yeah.
Similar to how in 1, there's a chance that Rex dies in 1 if you don't play your cards right. And then that is a clear big domino effect for 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And, again, we're just never going to get anything like that with Andromeda.
You can, in Mass Effect 1, once again, sorry, we're going to spoil Mass Effect games here. You've had fucking time.
You all had time.
Okay?
You did.
But like in Mass Effect 1, one of the biggest ones that I can think of is the Rachni Queen. You have the option to either kill, like, you find out that the Rachni Queen, you find a Rachni Queen there, and you find out that, like, she's essentially being kept against her will, and kind of all she wants to do is take her and her people, the Rachni, the giant bug creatures. She's like, we don't want to be doing what we're doing, attacking people. We just want to live in peace. Let us live in peace. And you have the option to either kill her, which kind of takes out that whole hive, or free her and kind of spare her. And then that doesn't come back into play until, like, I think Mass Effect 3. I think you might hear about it in 2, but then in Mass Effect 3 that does come back into play, and that can help you if you actually, if you let the Queen and the whole hive live. And in Andromeda there seem to be different some choices that seem like they might lead to something else in the future, but we don't have a future with it. And then at the very end, like I said, after you finish Andromeda, you literally just read a bunch of different like terminal things and like hear radio or like broadcasts and everything, audio broadcasts that essentially like you could tell those were setting up either DLC or they were setting up Andromeda 2.
Yeah, and I could be wrong, but I feel like there was, like, when Andromeda launched, there was already plans for a DLC, but then obviously with how it launched, that got nicked. But so
Yeah. And up on screen we've got this is Global Gaming. Just want to shout them out. This is a 34-hour playthrough, so I'm just gonna have this kind of playing as we're chatting. Yeah, this is just an entire game playthrough, and we'll click through it later on. So
I did watch a 4-hour cutscene movie of Andromeda today while I was working, and I gotta say I enjoyed every second of it.
Yeah,
It was a good time.
yeah. So the Zacky and Mike, if you've got any questions, any thoughts about Andromeda, I know you haven't played it. Okay.
No.
But if you get if you've got any questions about how it kind of differs from the original trilogy, or just about the story, or about anything like that, bring it up. I mean, we're two Mass Effect fucking nerds, bud. But Zacky,
Proudly so.
yeah, very proud. Zacky, I've got a what differences between the original trilogy and Andromeda did you like, or like maybe not like? Like, what were you like? Oh, that's a good change. That's a bad one. Fuck this decision. Fuck this character. Anything like that? Or this character's great. Whatever.
So I think the biggest difference that you notice, like, pretty much off the jump, is the combat system. In 1, 2, and 3, you have your classes. Your abilities are locked behind those classes. Sorry. And then even in 1, to a certain degree, the weapons you can use are locked behind whatever class you choose. I adore the combat in Andromeda. You are able to select a different class, but that doesn't lock you out of any of the other classes' abilities. Selecting your class just gives you, passives and buffs for those certain abilities. So through 1, 2, and 3 all the time, I'm a Vanguard, a Biotic, an Adept. I love the Biotic explosions. I love being up close with the shotgun. That's just how I play. Andromeda let me do that, but also build a little bit into Soldier, a little bit into Tech. So I had those Tech abilities that I would charge in, shotgun like I wanted to, maybe pop an Overload or a Tech ability. And I really got to play, I got to play the space soldier that I wanted to be. And so when you really get in depth with this combat system and upgrading the different abilities, but playing around with what class you actually have selected, it's just like such a nice little recipe for maximizing your damage, but also the way you want to play. And then for something that I didn't really like about Andromeda, it's really hard going from Shepard to anybody else.
Yeah.
In Andromeda, you're playing as Ryder, and dude, you could be playing as Superman, and both male and femme Shep are so hard to follow up. So I don't want to be.
I think one of the things is that and sorry to cut you off, but Shepard is such an important part of the original trilogy. Kayla from JK Games and Drop In Drop Out, thank you so much for the follow. She's never played Mass Effect, but it's Jerica's favorite thing ever. So, Kayla, you have to get to it. You got to get to the trilogy, and then honestly, get to Andromeda. That's what we're talking about tonight. Is it says the misunderstood genius of Mass Effect Andromeda / the wasted potential of Mass Effect Andromeda. It's not a perfect game, but it's for people that like it.
It's a good game.
It's a good ass game. It's a fun ass game.
We're not going to try and convince you that it's a 10 out of 10 masterpiece,
but no.
But it's a good game. It's worth
a 7 out of 10 that you're going to love as a 9 out of 10,
Bingo.
But, I mean, she says right there, she started the first one technically, but it's been so long. Okay. And that goes back to what I was about to say about Shepard. When you start Mass Effect 1 and you create your Shepard, you are literally creating a hero. You are creating, hey, what did he, what did he or she, what did they do in the war? Like, are they a war hero? Did they fight here? What was their background? Where did they come from? What are their kind of thoughts? And you kind of shape this whole Shepard's, you shape Shepard's history within a matter of, just a few minutes. But it gives you enough to where you're like, this is Shepard, and they are, this is Commander Shepard. They've got the experience, and they've got, like, the gravitas to kind of handle everything, and this is my Shepard. With Andromeda, the rider that you create is nowhere near that, and I think that's obviously, like, a big thing to its detriment. Like, you've got the Ryder, like, you've got the father, Alec Ryder, who is essentially the Shepard, like the decorated war veteran.
He is N7. He is, like you said, he's decorated. He has the experience.
He is the Pathfinder, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But you are playing as Alec Ryder's kid, who is really just there because Alec Ryder is their father, and you get the ability, you get the option to play as either a male rider or a female rider, and then whoever you don't pick, there's both that go on in the story. There's both that go on to this adventure, but they're in, like, cryo stasis and everything, and we should probably we'll talk about that momentarily. But it's definitely a step down. And there's no way to kind of get around that. The character that you're playing is a step down. And it seems like what they wanted to do was try to be like, hey, this is a brand new galaxy, so we're going to give you a brand new blank slate to kind of play with. And I do think that was a mistake. And not like it's, terrible or anything, but I just think, okay, if we're going to this brand new galaxy and everything, and we need somebody to be in charge, let's give us somebody that's can be in charge. And maybe you play as Alec Ryder, and then you're not only more experienced and all this stuff, but now it's like, okay, you've got the added thing to say, I need to get a home world for my family because my family's with me.
Yeah, and, like, that's the thing, like we're talking about it, like, again, it could have been anybody, and it's just being compared to Shepard. It's an uphill battle. I don't think and again, we're never going to get Andromeda 2, so it also kind of sucks that we're never going to really get to see our rider kind of develop, mature, kind of get his experience. But, like, again, there's a lot going on in this game, especially with you having to find new homeworlds, and it just seems like he's a little bit, I don't want to say timid, but, like, he doesn't have that hardened soldier mentality. And so a lot of the time, again, he's not proven. A lot of the time, different characters, especially, those who are part of the initiative, just kind of don't believe in him all that much. And not in a way where he's like, I got to prove you wrong. It's really in a way where they're like, you're not Alec Ryder, and we're
you're
screwed.
not your father.
Yes.
Yeah. So Mike, we're gonna let's tell you the backstory. So how much do you know about the story of Mass Effect Andromeda? Do you know anything, really? This isn't a gotcha. This is,
Yeah, no, this is just kind of what I remember. So, yeah, I remember, like, all of the build-up to the game, and I can't remember who they got as, like, head writer. But I remember she had some serious credits behind her. And then, at some point, they just got her out the paint with, like, very little to no explanation. So when I heard that, I'm like, this is going to be very interesting. Like, you can't fire your head writer that deep into development without it just coming out real weird. So, I do remember, complaints of bugs, and then just a lot of, this isn't as good as the trilogy. But no, like, aside from the bugs, like, a lot of the stuff was just like, it's okay. It is the weakest of the Mass Effect games, but it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. And that was the problem when you follow up 3 just certified classics.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Especially with 2 and 3 being like banger after banger.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, so that's really just kind of like my knowledge of it. You
Okay.
know?
So kind of pretty much everything you know about it is of like the making of it and kind of the behind the scenes and how it came to play, but like the actual storyline of the game.
I
Okay.
watched the Big Beak Entertainment video about all of the Mass Effect games,
Mhm,
including that
mhm.
one, including Andromeda. But I don't remember it.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
You know.
I just wanted to like, well, because it goes into what we're obviously goes into what we're talking about here. But so in Mass Effect Andromeda, it technically this whole story starts in the middle of Mass Effect 2, I believe.
Yeah.
So Mass Effect 1 happens, you know, you have the end and you have like the kind of the Reapers are like, oh my god, that's an actual thing, like it's a universal threat. Not everyone takes it seriously, but there is a group that does take it seriously that calls themselves the Initiative, and they're like, okay, well obviously this galaxy's fucked. You know, this Reaper threat's gonna come here and fucking destroy everything. We need to get out of here, and we need to make, you know, a new home for humanity and for kind of not just humanity but like civilization from the Milky Way galaxy. So they plot a course to the Andromeda galaxy, which is where the name of the game comes from, and send out arcs, just giant ships full of people on a, I think it's what, 600 years, 900 year
Yeah.
journey.
600 and change, somewhere around there. I think it's like 627, if I remember
Yeah.
from earlier today.
So the idea is, hey, we've found the Andromeda galaxy, you know, light years so far away, and
Yeah.
we have identified these like 6, 7, 8 golden planets that we can assume from what the information that we can gather from now, like these planets can contain, like they can support life. So let's get out there, get these golden planets. The humans will have their planet, the Solarians will have their planets, the Krogans will have their planet. You know what I mean? Like we'll go here and do all this. And the game itself starts when the arc that the humans are on gets to the Andromeda galaxy. What's the what is the big fucker? The big fucking ship?
You mean the one that, like, the big arc?
Yes. Is it both? Are they
Nexus.
all the Nexus? Okay. So the Nexus is essentially like the hub of it's supposed to be the hub of everything. And then these arc ships all, when they get there, they connect to the Nexus, which then kind of powers it up more and everything. That's the idea, is that the Nexus will get there, and then all of these arcs will get there. They will all connect, and by the time everyone's there, we'll have these golden planets. We'll be set up. We'll be good to go, and we can start civilization. But the game starts when the arc that the humans are on arrives to the Andromeda galaxy and finds this thing that they call the Scourge, which is, I don't even know how to explain it. Just like,
I believe in the beginning, and I don't know if this changed as the game went on and you learned more about it, but at the beginning they called it like a dense wave of dark energy.
yeah. And it's like visible, and we kind of saw that here in earlier on. Let's see here. I probably can't really go back because it's so fucking long ago.
So long.
It's a 33-hour video. But essentially, the Scourge.
If you find things floating, you're close.
Yeah, see, that's already fucking back on that first planet. I was just looking for the shit in the, like, out of the window. Whatever. Oh, we might actually see it here. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
You're so close. You're right here.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, here we go. Perfect. Right here. Right here. So the Scourge is literally like a visible kind of this like crazy amount of like dark matter that fucks everything up that touches it.
And it looks awesome.
And it looks cool as shit because it's all just like in space and it's this like fucking tendril looking shit. But it's, you know, fucking up the ship here, and Oh, good. They turned off gravity.
What's happening? Broke free.
Just hang on.
Engineering, report.
Yeah. Okay. So the Scourge has essentially fucked up all of their golden planets. They find out that everything has been kind of affected by this thing, and it is making these planets like inhabitable and like causing, in some cases, like massive like scourge storms, like massive thunderstorms and everything that make everything, like I said, inhabitable. So now the idea is, okay, it's not just going to these golden planets, setting them up and being good to go. Now we got to figure out what the fuck this thing is, because it wasn't there and we saw this 600 years ago. You know. But the first planet you go to, you, as the character that you are, whichever rider, child that you pick, gets woken up out of cryostasis, because almost everybody is in cryostasis. They get woken up. You and your father, I think just kind of timing-wise, like they get woken up and then they hit this scourge thing before your sibling can get woken up.
Yeah, so I think, like you mentioned, only a few of you are being woken up, mainly a lot of people from the Pathfinder team. And then
yes, the Pathfinder team,
earlier,
that's the team that's like, hey, we're sending you out to the planets to kind of get them ready for everybody else.
Yeah,
everybody
you're
else
doing
is
basically
still
recon to make sure we were right about the planet.
Yeah.
And then as that team's being kind of woken up and being scanned for vitals and making sure that everything's okay coming out of cryo sleep, like I said, that gravity hits, and then the pod containing your twin, which is the other rider child, obviously, that like smokes a wall because of the anti-gravity and the storm, and basically the pod gets messed up, but your sibling's okay inside. They can read her vitals. She'll be all right. It's just a matter of waking her up correctly, so nothing goes
they can't
wrong.
just like something happened with the pod where they can't just wake these people up. They have to kind of watch them and do this like this big slow thing to kind of get them, because if they just like open up the pod, they'll die.
Yeah, and so they tell you that you just kind of have to, hope everything's okay with that. You head down to the planet with the rest of the Pathrider team. It's you and what is that crewmate's name?
Is that crewmate long for this world? I don't think they are.
So you head down with Liam.
Okay, yeah,
And
Liam. Okay.
So you're basically exploring the little bit of the planet you landed on to see what's going on with this storm. Why is the planet this way? What changed in the 600 years that,
that
you've all been
this.
asleep?
Yeah, and this planet that you go to, the first planet you go to, was supposed to be designated as like the humans' golden planet.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like where this arc, the arc that you came in, this was their goal. The Pathfinder for the humans, Alec Ryder, your dad, is like, this is the planet we're going to, because this is going to be the human homeworld. And then what was supposed to happen is all the other arcs show up, and like the Solarian Pathfinder is going to go to this planet because that's supposed to be theirs. The Krogan Pathfinder and this Pathfinder, all these Pathfinders, like these different ones. So the human one is what you go to first, and you can't do shit. I think I can kind
of... Like the oxygen and everything is depleted and like it's uninhabitable.
Yeah. I believe... Are we on the planet here, or is this...
I think it's a little bit...
Right here. This is... Yeah, so it's kind of here.
Yeah.
But then when you get down to the planet, you find a different... Like, a new race of aliens that we haven't seen in the Mass Effect universe, which makes fucking sense, because why would we see the same goddamn, species and, like, same races in the Andromeda galaxy that we did in the Milky Way?
Yeah, you're not going to be seeing Turians and Krogans. Like, this is Andromeda First Contact.
This is the First Contact, is what you find out are what... This is one of my fucking hang-ups with the game. Okay. Is there's a few things, and this is my hang-up with, like, for fucking any kind of, hey, we're in a different universe or different galaxy, or, like, we're in the past, whatever. Like, they're just like, oh yeah, we saw these things, and we just called them the Ket. Because we decided to just call them the Ket. And then, later on, everyone's just referring to them as the Ket.
Yeah, like other characters like that are from the Andromeda Galaxy are like,
Yeah.
oh, it's the Ket. And
Oh
it's
yeah, the
like,
cat. And
how
you're like,
did-
oh my god, I'm so glad that we were right.
yeah.
You know?
And also for a little bit of context, if you don't know how like this is a bit of like a deep cut in the Mass Effect lore. As far as like communication goes, everyone has like transmitters implanted, so like there's no language barrier. And so again, with this being first contact, they're seeing these new aliens, and there's no way to communicate. They just kind of have to put their hands up and hope they don't shoot.
Yeah.
Which, spoiler alert,
They fucking shoot. Yeah,
a
they're
lot.
assholes.
Shit.
So you actually do get, like, you are the first contact with this new race of aliens, and you don't shoot until they shoot, which is quite different to what the humans did in the first Contact War, I believe, where, you know, the old American defense strategy: destroy, dismantle, engulf in flames.
Yeah.
Mike, I think you might be muted.
No, I'm just quiet.
Okay, I
Gotcha.
thought you said something and I couldn't hear you. It didn't come through.
Uh-uh.
Mike, I want you to ask me any questions that you have. I know you probably don't have any, but I just want to make sure that
Yeah, no.
we're not boring the fuck out of you.
No, you are not.
Okay.
No, this
Cool.
is...
Good.
Is this more
I
interesting than
literally-
Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, because with Kingdom Hearts, I felt like I was just being talked at. And just being like... It honestly felt like in parts of that you were fucking with me. Like,
Well, just wait till Kingdom Hearts 4 when this is a world you can go to.
God to heaven.
I can tell you right now, Mike, everything that we talked to you about in the Kingdom Hearts episodes are part of the Kingdom Hearts lore. We didn't make anything up. Everything is canon that we talked about. Like, think of the craziest shit. You're like, that's not real. Yep, it is. It's Kingdom Hearts.
Christ.
Yeah.
I'll
yeah.
never forget the Roxas Vanitas clip. It's the best one.
That's my favorite short that we've done.
So good.
Is showing him the picture of Roxas and being like, who's this? And he's like, Roxas. And I'm like, no, you idiot. This is a different character completely. And our friends, our friends Verimdex, Neo Aoshi, are going through. They're doing Game Swap 3 right now. They will join us when they are finished. And Neo Aoshi got the backstory to Ventus and Roxas and everything. So yeah, there's a. If you ever think that the fucking Metal Gear Solid universe is crazy, I might hazard to say I think the Kingdom Hearts extended universe is the most batshit insane extended universe in all of media.
Oh yeah, there's a billion different worlds, and they're all either Disney or Final Fantasy or other Pixar. And then there's also dreams, and then there's also there's your heart, and then there's your heartless, and then there's your nobody, and then there's one more.
This is the Unversed.
I think Unversed.
Whatever. That's Kingdom Hearts. Whatever. Yeah, it's just whatever.
Right. This is Andromeda podcast.
This is Andromeda, which relatively makes complete sense. Yeah, so that's how the story starts. Is the human arc gets there? They get to their golden planet. It is uninhabitable. It is fucked. You get attacked by this new race of aliens that you call the Ket. Your father, or your main character, the character that you were playing, gets damaged and gets hit, and then their helmet gets damaged to where they are about to die, and their father is gives them their helmet and then gives them the Pathfinder kind of what is it
It's not protocol.
access
Access, yeah.
essentially
basically.
I'm dying, I'm gonna sacrifice myself to save my child, and in my power as the Pathfinder, who is the person in charge of all of this recon stuff, I'm going to make my child the next Pathfinder and give them access to kind of everything. So then, yeah, your father is dead. You are now the Pathfinder. This rookie who has no experience really is now in charge of all of this shit.
And in the middle of that too, that all happens, like Hawk said, your dad's dead. he transferred all of the Pathfinder stuff to you, and then there's this really cool scene where, like, again, there's no oxygen on the planet, so the way your dad died is he sacrificed himself, put his helmet on you so that you could live. And there's this cool scene of like the inside of his brain and like the neurons like crumbling and dying, and then magically they start all coming back and like, I don't want to say regrowing, but like, again, just like coming back to life. And then it's revealed that this implant called Sam that you've had for, you know, this is maybe 30, 45 minutes into the game, that this AI that you have, now that your dad transferred all these protocols to you, that is now just, it can communicate with you just inside your head. There's no need for like the little wristband device or any communication like that. It's just, it just gets to talk to you.
It's now part of your brain.
Yeah.
So this is the scene. This is kind of at the end of it. You find this, what do they call it? They're not temples. They're,
So a lot of them are vaults, and then
Vaults,
this vault
yes.
had a relic in it, and
Yes.
your dad interacts with the relic, and then you think you're all good to go, and then that gust that you just saw comes through, and then this is the aftermath that you're seeing right now.
yeah. So this is the scene. Sorry, spoilers for an 8-year-old game.
$6.
Your writer's character, their cool ass helmet gets destroyed. They can't breathe. Your dad gives you his helmet, and then gives you control. So this is the scene that that Zach's talking about here momentarily. Turn it up just a little bit.
Yeah, and you can see him like starting to like kind of fade out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is you. This is what's happening to you inside of your brain.
Move! He's going into cardiac arrest.
Pulse is weakening. Tell the arc to prep medbay. Come on!
Give my man that blue Red Bull. Look at it. Giving him wings.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Giving
This is
him
what
false
happens when you have a
memories.
white monster.
We call that a trumpet.
It's a seizure. Brain can't handle the signal. Get him to sound node.
This is what it's like to chew 5 gum.
This is your brain on gas station dick
Sam,
pills.
what's the reason?
Ryder's implant is overloaded. I suggest a hardwire connection.
Do it.
And yeah, so basically,
Hallucinations and everything.
yeah, so that's the whole situation with the AI kind of not only saving you, I guess, but also like it is now like implanted in your brain in the way that again, like he can just talk to you without any device needed.
And
They say
this,
right here that like you've been dead for 22 seconds, and then like they go through the whole, you know, oh, your dad died situation, and then
you were dead for 22
just kinda
seconds.
go
By the
on.
way, your dad's dead forever.
Yeah, hey, everything's bad. And then your twin's still not up from cryo sleep, and again, your dad transferred all the protocols to you, so this is you being the new Pathfinder, and you just gotta go find inhabitable worlds and just figure it out.
And yeah, this whole Sam AI that they're talking about, Sam is known. So this isn't like it's not like a thing that only the Pathfinder knows about. Like Sam, this AI thing is known that, hey, they're using it, but to the extent of how Sam and the Pathfinder kind of interface and connect with each other was kind of kept secret from everybody else. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of go over kind of how you get to the beginning of this story, and who you are as the main character. You are now the Pathfinder. You are unproven. You have zero experience at all. You now have this kind of crew of there's a couple humans. There's Liam and there's Cora, and for some reason, and I get it because I do too, everybody hates Cora. Does everybody hate Cora, Zach? Is that a thing, or is it just me?
I'm not sure about like the overall love or hate or lack thereof for Cora. I don't like Cora, but it has nothing to do with her. I just tend not to really enjoy the human crewmates. Like in one, you got Caden.
I'm so glad that you weren't like, it's not because of her, it's just because she's a woman. Like, that'd be, we'd have a problem there. Yeah.
Just
yeah.
derail the whole podcast.
Yeah.
And then you guys are like, we brought the wrong guy on.
God damn it.
No, but like in one, there's Caden. Like he's all right, but just kind of boring. Ashley's a space racist, so that sucks.
Fuck Ashley.
two's-
Ashley's a spacist and I hate her.
Ashley sucks.
Yeah.
2's cool because Miranda's an actually interesting character and is awesome.
Yep.
Jacob's okay. And then in 3, Caden and Ashley are back. Plus,
Well, not both of them. Come on.
well, not both of them. You have to make a choice.
Yep. I mean, that was
but then there's
much
also-
easier on my replay in the Legendary Edition. Let me goddamn tell you that.
Yeah,
Alright.
you know which one to save.
Yep.
You don't. If you have to pick one, pick Caden. But then in 3, there's James, I think his name is, and he's the most forgettable squad mate ever. Because again, other than Miranda, and Jack. I love Jack too. But other than
Yeah.
those two, the human party members are just boring. They're all like, I was in a military academy and I have soldier experience. It's like, cool again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Counterpoint. Okay, with James.
Counterpoint. Okay.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Counterpoint successful. That's yeah.
Okay, there we go.
You can't hate on Freddie Prinze. Yep.
Can't hate on the former writer for WWE.
Yeah.
It's a weird.
Oh my god, I always forget about that.
Yeah, right. Everyone does.
And also Freddie from Scooby Doo. Come on now. Can't forget all the accolades.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I get where you mean, like with the human squad mates.
Yeah.
This is kind of a world where the entire idea is that you're working with these other alien races who are so much more fucking interesting than the humans.
So much. And like again, like you look at the different crewmates and they have different stories, they have different backgrounds. Like Miranda was raised to be like a spy and like kind of has this like little like she has such an interesting like backstory and everything. Jack in 2 is just like they had to lock her up, not because she's a bad person, but because she's such a strong biotic, she's literally a weapon.
Yeah.
And then like again, you get the Cora and Liam and they're like, I was a soldier back on Earth. And you're like, cool, man. Great to have you.
Mike,
Yo.
so Mike doesn't have this kind of background with Mass Effect. But Mike,
No.
you've played games where you have companions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plenty of them.
What is your favorite type of companion?
Ooh.
Just 'cause I want to bring you into this conversation because I love you and I love hearing your voice.
Aw, thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of all depends. Like most games, like you do start off with like a companion, but as you progress, you do get a couple of more. Seems like at least. So in the situation where I have a couple of companions, I definitely want more of like someone who is kind of filling in some of those horrible blind spots that I have made for my character.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know. So usually somebody who is going to like heal my dumbass when I just go in there guns a-blazing, ignoring everything that was said, or somebody who's going to be picking up some of the like the perception-ish slack, you know. It's kind of like that typical like Girl Friday who's just like, yeah, it's your name on the door, but hey, dumbass, I was the only one who noticed the pack of cigarettes that wasn't their brand, so you know. Yeah, that's the
Okay.
kind of
And I think
Yeah.
that kind of goes hand in hand with what Zach's talking about. Like most of the human characters in the Mass Effect games are just like Shepard's a soldier. Shepard
Yeah.
was in the human army and everything, and then most of the human companions that you can get are just soldiers in the same army. So they're kind of just like Cora in this game. Cora is biotic, like she's got mind powers, whereas Liam is just a straight up soldier. So that can kind of, depending on your writer and how you make them, like you either are going to have more of these biotic abilities or you're going to be more of the soldier. So yeah, you can have kind of one of these that helps you kind of fill those gaps.
Compensates.
But just yes, compliments, yeah. But just the characters are just, you're just like, yeah, we're both from the same place. You can just do different things as we're fighting, yeah.
And then meanwhile, Andromeda, you get through that whole scene that we just talked about at the beginning. You're now the Pathfinder, and your first world that you have to go and explore to see, what's going on and is this habitable. Before you leave, you get to meet, what is her name?
PB.
No, not PB. You get to meet Vetra.
Is Vetra the
Veterian.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Let's see.
Vetra is somebody who has already been on the Nexus. She's, I actually think it's revealed later on through dialogue that she wasn't part of the Turian arc, but came over somehow differently. Because like each arc has about like 20,000 of their own species, plus some of the different species for like different medical stuff and all that, engineering.
Yeah.
Just for a little bit of backstory on that. So you meet Vetra, and we're right back to it because like we just talked about with how the human companions can be like a little lackluster. She's a slick, cunning Turian that they're loading up this ship so you can go explore this planet, and this one dude's like, no, like we don't have clearance, and we're like, well, we have clearance from like this one main Solarian guy that is like the main dude for the initiative, and they're like, yeah, but we don't have clearance for this and the other thing. And Vetra is like, what if I took your child out of cryo? And he's like, well, they said he's not vital, but I do miss him. And she's just, again, she's the sly, awesome Turian, that new squad mate, gets you off planet, and you just you're back in Mass Effect at this point, to me.
Yeah.
Like, you're back exploring a planet you know nothing about. You're following the story. You have a cool squad mate, and this is where like the combat really starts to take off as well.
And let's see here. I was gonna pull that up. I was gonna pull up like the companions that you get in this game.
I have them written down if you need them.
Or squad members, sorry, not companions. Yeah.
Same thing, really.
Cora Harper, Liam Costa, who they are the humans. Nakmor Drak, who is a Krogan.
Man.
Yeah.
Gotta
Vetra
love
Nix,
the
who is a
Krogans.
Turian. Pelisaria Basail, PB, who is... Oh, God, what?
Sorry.
Sorry. And then Jal Ahmad Darov, who is an Angara. So you've got all these races from the original Mass Effect trilogy, and they've added one more in this, the Angara, who have their own planet because they are natives to, that's a terrible term, I apologize, but they're native to the Andromeda galaxy. They've lived here. This is their world. This is their galaxy, and it is being overrun with this scourge and these Ket. So they, see humans. They see, the people from the Milky Way galaxy, and initially, obviously, no, we're gonna fucking kill them because they're probably the Ket. They're probably trying to kill us too. But you, as the Pathfinder, are essentially the one to get that first contact with the Angaran. They've had different skirmishes and like different interactions with humans before, or with people from the Milky Way galaxy before. But I think this is one of the things that Andromeda does really well, is you get to see this first contact, one with a race that is completely antagonistic towards the Milky Way galaxy, and then also with another like alien race that is more hesitant and is like, we're not going to shoot you if you don't shoot, like we're going to wait for you to shoot us, and then when you don't, you are the one who can kind of go in there and make that first contact and make that connection between the Milky Way and the Andromeda galaxy. And as much as I'm talking about, you know, Ryder being inexperienced and kind of not having the abilities and everything like a Shepard does, I do think Andromeda does this really well, being that first contact. And it as scary and as like weird as it would be, I do think they do this. This is a great bit of the story.
Yeah, and like to your point that you're making, like it's really awesome to see that they thought to have, you know, two sides of that same coin, because, you know, you're in a whole new galaxy. You're in dark space for 600 years. You need first contact protocol. And like you just said, one protocol is this antagonistic, hostile group. And then there's a really cool scene when you actually meet the Angora, where you land. They give you clearance to land, but they don't know who you are. And you come off your ship, and they have guns aimed. But like Hawk said, like, if you don't shoot us, we won't shoot you. So they have all these guns aimed at you, and you're the only one coming off the ship. You have your hands up, and then, you know, you get the transmitters sorted out, and then you talk kind of with, I don't want to say they're political leaders, but, you know, you talk with their higher ups, kind of come to not a full understanding, but like kind of, you know, we'll give you a shot because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. The Angora are being, you know, terrorized by the Ket.
Yeah.
The Ket are a huge problem for this sector of the Andromeda galaxy. And, you know, they see that you're not Ket, but you could be, and you could be the same. They can't be sure, they have to be careful. And so like Hawk's saying, it's just Andromeda handles this situation very well with showing you both sides.
Yeah. And it's a different kind of vibe than, because in the original Mass Effect trilogy, all of the first contact has been made. You are living in a universe and in a galaxy where everybody is not all the time are living in harmony, but everybody knows about each other. Everybody knows this is kind of the new normal, really. So Andromeda has that really, really fun opportunity to show you the first contact. And I think, at least in my opinion, like, they do it really well. What does Mass Effect Andromeda do better than the original trilogy?
So earlier you asked me one good thing, one bad thing that Andromeda does. And for the good thing, I mentioned combat. And I do think it does combat better, but I'm going to try and give a different answer. So that, you know,
hold on. So combat is I thought there was more in there, but there's a line on the bottle.
I see it, yeah.
Yeah, but so combat is I don't want to use the term dumbed down, but it is not as robust as the original. Like, you don't have control of like your squad mates and everything, and you do have, you know, you can kind of learn more as the main character and as Ryder, but
right.
What is, we kind of talked about it, like what point, right? Yeah, what is it about the combat that you like? Is it more streamlined? Is that kind of your what you like about it?
A little bit. Where, like, again, earlier I was talking about the abilities and everything not being locked behind a certain class, but I also see what you're saying, because thinking back to, like, you know, Mass Effect 1 and 2, like, it really felt like there were sections of enemies where you would run through towards your objective, where in Andromeda, it feels more like pocketed pieces of enemies, you know what I mean? I actually also have on my notes, one thing that I do like is sometimes when enemies spawn, depending on the world, they'll come in a dropship a small little dropship, and that always kind of reminded me of Halo, which was awesome.
Fair.
But yeah, I think the combat here really is fleshed out. I know you had just mentioned that you don't really get to control your squad mates all that much, and I know what you mean by not really getting to use their abilities. Really, all you can do with your squad mates is point and tell them to go there, and that's not the best, especially coming from the original trilogy again, where you could have Garrus be like, I need Garrus to use Overload. And Mike, this also goes back to what you said a little bit earlier, where you like to have squad mates that complement you and fill in the gaps. Having Garrus use Overload to break shields was awesome, being a Vanguard / Adept, because I would have him break shields, I would zoom in, shotgun, and then pop a Biotic Blast if I need to. But in Andromeda, I do get what you're saying, Hawks, where you can have them run up, but that's kind of it. But overall, I think the combat for Ryder is very fleshed out.
Okay.
I love the skill points being not tied behind classes and whatnot. But back to the original question of what does Andromeda do better than the other Mass Effects? I would have to say which direction do I want to go here?
It's up to you, baby. Mike, same question to you, so think about it.
All right.
Okay.
I think it does a good job of having smaller little tasks to do. Not so much side quests, but if you guys ever played Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, they had this system where you would recruit assassins and you could send them out on missions, and they would have like a success rate of each one that you would send out. And if it was successful, they would come back, you would get a reward, they would get XP. And I love that in Brotherhood. Here in Andromeda, they have something similar with strike teams. And this isn't something that really 1, 2, or 3 had, I don't think. But basically, again, you're a part of this initiative. So the whole little bit behind this mechanic is that you are able to send out strike teams similar to the Brotherhood thing I just mentioned, where when you're sending them out, it gives you a percentage of success that they'll have. And if they are successful, they'll gain XP as a team. And you will also, get some rewards, whether it be credits or little loot boxes. They weren't all that, you weren't going to get a rare, reward.
It was mostly materials to then create other things.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that would be, that's one of the way to get your weapons in this game is research and development. And you would use those materials that, Hawks just mentioned to, craft those weapons and get through that whole part of the game. But I really enjoy having, this other little bit of something that felt important in a way, because it's not going to have any effect on the planets you visit or whatnot. But, it was something to do. It was a different way to collect materials, because, I do love in Mass Effect the planet probing. Mass Effect 2 did it great. You can do it here as well.
Probing Uranus. Really, Captain?
Yes. But yeah, you could probe planets, and that would kind of be your way to get, different materials for upgrades in Mass Effect 2, and I think 3 as well. I can't remember exactly for 3. But yeah. I think Andromeda does a really good job of kind of making different parts feel alive, where again, you are part of this initiative. You are the Pathfinder now. You are exploring new worlds for livable habitats and all that. And it wouldn't make sense to, have this strike team and, have them go out, explore as well, and, get rewards that way. And I think it's just a really nice mechanic. And I feel like I don't want to say a lot of games, because games certainly do have, little mechanics like that. But I do love seeing this specific one, where again, in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, it was the same thing with the success rates and the leveling up the assassins and rewards that it's just a nice little touch.
Okay. Mike?
Yo.
So what do you think Andromeda does better than the original trilogy?
I think it really exceeds the original trilogy in coming out more recently.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
I mean,
definitely
I
helped.
disagree because the Legendary Edition, you know,
Mhm. All right, if
Yeah.
we're gonna get pedantic about it.
we are.
Always with Mass Effect. Always.
I was trying to think of like and maybe Mike, maybe you can think of one for me. What's a series that you like that has kind of done something where you've got this sequel that is same universe, different story?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I mean,
You're a fucking Zelda nerd, aren't you? I don't know.
not really. I mean, I
Oh.
like the games well enough, but I would
I
say
love Zelda. Oh my god.
500 subs on YouTube.
Yep, just got to get there.
We'll get there.
We'll make it.
You guys will get there.
I will buy subscribers to
Don't do
make this
that.
happen.
Don't do that.
That would be hilarious.
We also, we could do that immediately, but don't do that because we also need view hours on YouTube to get to the next level. Yeah.
Um,
I'm just saying, we don't have that drop in, drop out swag, okay? I don't know if Kayla's still in here, but just throwing that out there. We don't have that. So if she wants to help us, whatever. But, yeah, what's the series?
I mean, yeah, with just like kind of how disconnected all of like the Armored Core games are. Like there were some where, like they kept getting faster and faster and faster, and then like Armored Core 6, it's still fast paced, but it's not like the mind breaking speed of like Armored Core 5, where it was just like, good luck, have fun. I really hope you can get into like a flow state and just react to the game subconsciously.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, that was definitely something. Yeah, Diablo, from like Diablo 2 to Diablo 3, where you could clearly tell that Diablo 3 was made with consoles in mind first, PC second. Yeah, that really got a lot of people angry, but I like Diablo 3.
I love Diablo 3. It's probably my favorite Diablo.
Yeah, I mean, Diablo 2 is always going to have a special place in my heart, but Diablo 3 is probably the one I've put the most hours in across all platforms. Just because it was so easy to pick up and play, drop in, drop out,
Yeah.
No pun intended. Yeah. So tell me if you can think of something. Oh wow, I've got Snowbike Mike's stream up on my TV, and I see our old pal Verum Dex is in the chat there. Not in here. Throwing that out there.
Wow, Dex.
Yeah, same with Right Hidalgo, So Stoned, Loyal Freak. Look, I get it. He's playing a Riddick game, and it's great. So I don't blame them. But what is what was something? Can you think of anything from that they changed between Diablo 2 and 3 that was not just like going from like kind of focusing more on console players, but like what was something that kind of went from one to the other that you thought, oh, this is a great change?
Ooh, I liked with the companions you could get, you could not only equip them with things, but you could kind of choose the skills that they had. And it wasn't just like your real basic. They also expanded what you could equip to your companion. It wasn't just piece of armor, headwear, weapon. It's now you can give them every piece of kit that you have. So rings, amulets, and really just build a powerhouse companion.
It's kind of build the actual person that you want to build.
Yeah, the person that you need in your party to help you like succeed. An army of skeletons and golems is cool, but having a dedicated support person right there is way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Necromancer is really fun.
Oh, I love the Necromancer.
And I like summoning the skeletons and zombies.
Oh, yeah.
And giant mummy.
Oh, yeah. Don't get me wrong. but also it's just like, yeah, man. Sometimes I do just want somebody out there who's just going to be like, I'm going to punch this guy in the face, and I'm going to give you all of the health. I mean,
100%, yeah.
I exist because of you. I will die for you, and then you'll go back to town and resurrect me again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Diablo 3 rules.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I think just coming from like only playing it on PC and then playing the shit out of that one on Switch, 360, PS4. Yeah, like you could definitely tell like it was meant for, joysticks and base buttons. But I do love that they were like, okay, we're going to go ahead and make things a little bit more in depth, and also just kind of expanding the difficulty and being able to change that mid game was a really nice quality of life update.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we talked about kind of what you liked about it, Zachy.
Yeah.
What did you not like about Mass Effect Andromeda? What if somebody was like, I have been hearing about this game and hearing how it's not good, like Kayla in the chat earlier mentioned, I've heard a lot of negative things about the game. What is the thing that this game does worse
So
that they could have fixed?
I have 3 things for that. 2 kind of minor, 1 more major. The 2 minor ones would be a little bit of what we mentioned earlier with, the rider character that you're playing as is a little bit lackluster. He's a little bit timid. It's hard to follow a shepherd, but like I just needed something more from that. If I'm playing as this character, being this Pathfinder, I need something a little bit more. The second minor thing would be your twin. I loved the fact that we got to use the character customizer, the character creator again for the twin. I thought that was a really fun little touch, and I want more games to do that. But you make them, and then, the whole pod situation happens, and they have to take her out, very carefully. And she's not really around for a lot of the game. They're just kind of, an afterthought until like they have a major role at the end, but it's not so much their choice to be the major role. They're just kind of thrown into it. And so that kind of irked me a little bit, just because, again, if that's a character I'm creating, I want them to have a little bit more of an important role. The big thing that I agree with people who look at Andromeda and say negative things is that like Mass Effect's always had this slight clunkiness to it. So like in and I reference 2 a lot just because it's my favorite one. It's the one that's always fresh in my brain. Like you would take cover and like you would kind of just like, magnetize to the cover, but then like getting out and shooting over cover always felt like just the slightest bit clunky. And then same thing with 3. You get to Andromeda and the clunkiness feels like it's a little bit extra, like a little bit more. Like I booted it up today for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, just, for the purpose of this podcast. And I loved it. I had a great time. Again, the combat was great. I love the little jump dash I can do. But there was that clunkiness where like, especially when you need to turn around in Mass Effect, you're doing a whole U-turn basically with your character. And in Andromeda, I feel like sometimes like you're either clipping every little piece of, what's ever in your way, cover, a railing, whatnot. You're also like just, yeah, it's just the clunkiness. It's the clipping. It's just a little bit of just like an uncomfortable look with running around and everything.
So I want to talk about a couple other things with Andromeda. One, the original kind of ideas about it, and what kind. So, Mike, you've heard negative things about Andromeda, right?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Like,
Do you know? Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
Whoa.
Well, let's get ready here.
What?
We're about to be inundated with
Oh, I see now.
Snowbike Mike.
Oh boy.
Wow. Okay.
Right.
Deep breaths, everybody.
So we'll. Yep. Okay.
Here they come.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Jesus.
300. Welcome in, everybody,
Hello.
from Snowbike Mike's stream. Mike, thank you so much. We love you here, obviously. But yeah, this is Storymoders podcast. You may have heard about us from Greg Miller, who does not know how to pronounce our name. There's only one D, okay? There's only one direction here, and we are all Harry Styles. I think, is he still good? Is he good? I don't know. I don't know if Harry Styles is good.
Ken
so.
Jr.
Ken Jr., thank you for the sub. We are a weekly gaming podcast, very much inspired by the homies over at Kinda Funny and Snowbike Mike. He was actually on an episode of this here podcast before, and he was incredible, and we love him. He said, "Hey, I'll do this quarterly." Let's be honest, though. Okay, it took us it took us 2 goddamn years to get him on here the first time. All right. Yeah.
He had to get his foot in the door, man. You know.
But tonight we are talking about the. Oh God, thank you. Sorry, we're getting follows, subs. Thank you all so much for the follows and subs. Tonight we were talking about the misunderstood genius of Mass Effect Andromeda / the wasted potential of Mass Effect Andromeda, and we were about to start talking about what. One of the big problems, in my opinion, was with Mass Effect Andromeda is the original idea of it. And there was a Kotaku article from a few years back talking about, where they wanted to go with it, what they wanted to do with it, and all this stuff. And one of the things they mentioned was they wanted to kind of go in a direction where a lot of these worlds were procedurally generated. So like there's so many worlds and you could go to anything and everything's procedurally generated and it was all kind of, you would have your own game. And then a little game called No Man's Sky came out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all have heard of No Man's Sky, but
sure
they kind of do that. You've got thousands of worlds and everything. So they had to kind of pivot at the last second. Dex, we love you. Thank you for hanging out. Hero of Time, I'm going to message you because we're going to have you on the podcast here pretty soon to talk about Ghost of Yotei. Because that was your number 1 game of the year. Thank you, everybody, for chilling with us. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subs. Do you think, I was going to ask you, Zachy, what do you think like that original idea of Mass Effect Andromeda would have been like if it was this, as opposed to what we got, which was essentially like 8-9 worlds that we could go to? It was this massive universe that you were going to. Like, do you think it would have been more like a No Man's Sky? Do you think that what we got really was better? Kind of, where are you at here? And once again, Stomach Mike, thank you so much for the raid.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Mike.
I think what we got with Andromeda as we know it now would be better than if Andromeda came out originally with procedurally generated worlds. Only because, you look at No Man's Sky and you kind of see what happened with it and the journey it went on. And like you said, Hawks, in Andromeda, we have about 8 or 9 worlds, give or take, that we ventured to. And so I have a really big fear that if Andromeda did go with the procedurally generated route, that, especially with how Andromeda released normally, we would get a lot of just like empty world. And if the world wasn't empty, we would get a lot of worlds that, it's the same outpost, but different over and over again. And these worlds wouldn't really feel vast and big. So I'm happy in a perfect world, Andromeda with those procedurally generated worlds would be awesome.
Yeah.
But that's perfect world. I am very happy that they went the normal route with how they designed the worlds and everything, and that we got what we got.
And so everything happened, with this whole, hey, we've got this idea, scrap it because of No Man's Sky, and also we just can't get it to work the way that we want it to work. If EA wasn't so hell-bent on releasing this game when they did.
If they just waited 2 or 3 more years.
If they were like, hey, we get it, guys, we're going to kind of not scrap everything, but hey, we're going to give you another year, 2 years to work on this game and kind of make it what you want it to be. What sort of changes do you think they could have made to make this the Mass Effect game that we all wanted? And if you're out in chat right now, if you've got any ideas, let us know. Yeah, throw it in chat. We would love to hear from everybody. Zach and I are big Mass Effect fans, and especially Mass Effect Andromeda. We are Andromeda apologists. Mike, Big Mike, has not played it.
Nope. Can I real quick tell you the story of my deal with this?
Yeah, go ahead.
With Andromeda,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, I used to work a real crappy job, sorting Social Security disability claims. That sucked. But the good thing was you would only work as long as there was work. So some days you'd be there for, a full 8-hour day. Other days I would get a call from my buddy being like, yeah, man, don't bother coming in. By the time you get here, there's going to be no work. So I had a day where
Text fuck you.
I got done. Damn. I got done early and I had some time to kill. And I was bored. I had some money. I'm like, let's go over to GameStop, see what we got, see what I can get into.
Okay.
I bought 2 games that day and got the craziest look from the person behind the counter. They were No Man's Sky and Mass Effect Andromeda.
Okay.
I bought them both used. I got them both for less than $20.
Together or each?
Yeah. Together.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it was Andromeda was so cheap just because of all the negative press, and all of the idiots on the internet just being like, this is terrible. And it's like, all right, I think we really need to recalibrate our definition of terrible, but all right, dog. Keep telling me.
I want
to
bring attention to it one more time, just since we have a lot of viewers here from the Snowbike Mike raid, which again, thank you, Mike.
Yes, thank you, Mike.
Mass Effect Andromeda, $6 on Steam. Give it a shot. You really got nothing to lose. You're either gonna, lose $6 or you're gonna have an incredible adventure. So
Yeah.
Or if you're like me and you're shelling out for like Game Pass Ultimate,
It is
you
on
get
Game
EA
Pass
Play
Ultimate,
with
yes.
Game Pass, but yeah. So
oh, there you go, even better.
yeah. So I literally installed it as we were starting this podcast. So it and
Good.
Mass Effect Legendary Edition are just sitting there waiting for me to give them some time and attention.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yep. But yeah, so I grabbed No Man's Sky right before all of the big updates to basically make it the game that Hello Games wanted to make. And I had Mass Effect Andromeda, which had just been dragged by pretty much every outlet. And the guy looked at me like I was insane, that I was paying real money for these games. And I'm like, hey, man, like...
He doesn't know how to stop you. Like,
yeah, it was just like, I can't stop you from doing this, but I feel like I should. Yeah,
I know what you want to
that's
do,
incredible.
but you probably don't want to do this.
Yeah,
I know what you want to do, but I don't want you to do it.
Pixie Crit would have liked more armor variety and don't make everything a desert. Fair. 100% fair.
Yeah, there is a we only touched on it earlier, but there is like the way that you obtain weapons and armor. You can loot it, which I don't really remember looting too much for weapons and armor, or you can
Yeah.
do the research, development, and craft it, or you can buy it from a merchant.
Yeah.
And I think a little bit more armor variety, like they're saying, would have been a nice little touch.
Yeah, the equipment, armor and weapons, I think that whole system could have been much, much more streamlined, much better. If they had more ways to
Yeah.
research too. Yeah, like the research development, I think is a good idea in practice, but there was just every single weapon
executed well.
and every single version of that weapon was like a separate entry. So if you're like, I want this assault rifle from this manufacturer at this level, you have to scroll through this entire list of every assault rifle from every manufacturer at every level, as opposed to just being like, boom, 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 let's do this. It was just so much that
Yeah.
you had to kind of scroll through, to the point where,
There-
for me, I found the couple things that I liked, and I was just like, I'm done. I'm not gonna pay attention. I'm not really gonna try to get anything else and try anything really new, because I've got this weapon that I like. I've got it at level 9 or level 10, and I'm good. I don't want to go through this whole rigmarole of trying to figure out what I have to research and what I need to do this and to go through this whole fucking menu to find the one thing that I want to make. You know what I mean?
And to your point of it being good in theory, bad execution, like it's a cool idea that, like you're saying, like you'll have assault rifle one, N7 assault rifle 1, and N7 assault rifle 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're not going to make assault rifle 1 and upgrade it to 2, upgrade it to 3, upgrade it to 4, so on and so forth.
No.
You craft each one. So if you craft, say, like, you're mid game and you craft assault rifle 4, cool, you have it. That's a good thing in theory. But then later on, you're like, I need assault rifle like 8, and you don't have the material, but you can't upgrade your current assault rifle anymore. It's a little bit frustrating. And also how we were just touching on with the research and development stuff and the crafting. There's a lot of stuff, especially in what is the normity of this game called? The Tempest, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff in the Tempest where the Tempest can kind of turn into a menu hell a little bit, where like the crafting has a different menu, the shop has a different menu, the strike team has a different menu. It's a little rough, but it's one of those things where like it's not the main point of the game. When you're out and playing Andromeda in the different planets, the menus are fine, they're normal, everything's good. It's just a little bit weird when you're on the Tempest.
Yeah. And Pixie here in the chat says, you can do that, just stick to what you got, but it made it feel rushed, to be honest, development-wise. Could have been so cool to do more there. And 1,000% agree.
And it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually thinking about it now, Hawks, your earlier question about I just lost it.
What you liked, what you didn't like. What they could have done better, what they did worse. What they did better, did worse.
There's one after that.
How big is your penis?
Redacted.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, Mass Effect, great. Cheap on Steam. Get it through Game.
I was waiting for you to remember what I asked that you were going to answer.
Now I had it and I lost because I was reading Pixie Crit's comment again.
Fair enough.
That's my bad.
Yeah. Let's. There's one more big topic for Andromeda that we want to talk about. Dex, because I know how big it is. We've slept together.
Lucky.
What? So yeah, the name of this episode, the misunderstood genius of Mass Effect Andromeda and the wasted potential. So if, let's say, Andromeda came out and it was the game that they wanted it to be, and it was the hit they wanted it to be, and by they I mean fucking EA, because I'm assuming the devs for what they put out, we're proud of what they put out, and they should have been. Okay?
Yeah.
They definitely should have been. Was it rushed? Yes. Was it rushed because of them? No. It was rushed because of fucking EA saying, you need to get this out at this time.
Yeah.
So let's say this game comes out and people love it. What do you think the future of Mass Effect Andromeda should and could have been?
I think those two answers are one and the same. I do think we get a trilogy.
Okay.
I think it's pretty uncommon for, successful games nowadays to not get trilogies. Like, you look at Spider-Man, they have Spider-Man 1, 2, and Miles Morales, but that's not so much the trilogy. We all know we're going to get a third Spider-Man. I think if Andromeda was, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so damn
so
good.
fucking good. We're going to get Wolverine. Oh my god. Then we're going to get Spider-Man 3.
If Wolverine is the game that it's going to be, in my head, that's going to be like a top 10 game all time.
When
But anyway,
Wolverine
back to
comes
Andromeda.
out, okay, I'm going to say it right now in the podcast, and Mike, he can disagree if he wants to, but he won't. When Marvel's Wolverine comes out, Mike will come to my house, and we'll be playing it on release day, on stream.
When is that?
They say 2026.
All right.
Yeah,
We don't have a date.
most likely November, probably, would be in my mind.
Alrighty.
But Mike is going to come
but
over to
yeah.
my house, because I have the PS5, he doesn't, and we will play Marvel's Wolverine from start to like 5 hours, maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
We'll get into it.
Yeah.
That still a great stream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I think if Andromeda comes out and is what the developers wanted it to be, what the fans wanted it to be, what EA wanted it to be, I think we just get another trilogy. And way early in this podcast, we talked about one of the things that are a shame with Andromeda is that these quote unquote bigger decisions in this game, and even the smaller ones, don't get the ability to domino effect and bloom like they did in Mass Effect 1 to 2 to 3. And if this game was a hit, we would see that payoff. And with the way the Mass Effect is, that's a treat in itself. And it's again, it's a shame that we're not going to be able to see that come to fruition.
So we touched on it. I'm trying to Google this to just get all of them. So we kind of we touched upon this. Hey, there were so many things that could have been explored. So many storylines that were just dropped because we're not getting a sequel. We're not getting Andromeda 2. And Mike, as we mentioned earlier, the whole idea of this Andromeda initiative was, hey, we're sending out the Nexus, which is essentially going to be our new Citadel, and then we're sending out these 4 or 5 arcs with 20,000 beings on each of them. One of them is primarily humans, one of them is primarily Turian, Krogan, Solarian, and then there's one more that's just like, hey, here's 5,000 the fucking Amorians, whatever. But like, here's this one that's just kind of this ragtag group of these other races that you've met in the Mass Effect universe. So at the end of Andromeda, sorry, spoilers, you've had 8 fucking years to play it. At the end of Andromeda, you finish the storyline and everything, and then you get these audio logs and these terminal shit, like emails, essentially, saying, hey, we finally got word from the Solarian arc, or we finally heard about this arc, and they're close, because the human arc is the only one that's shown up so far. So all of the beings that are in Andromeda are either from this the Nexus, and the Nexus itself, because no one else has shown up, the Nexus itself has had like a mutiny, which is why when you go to these other planets, there are beings from your galaxy that we probably should have thrown that out earlier. But the Nexus was there, and no one else was showing up because everyone was getting kind of delayed because of the Scourge and all this shit. So at one point there was mutinies of different alien races, and they've kind of spread out around some of these planets. So like when you go to, I don't think Eos has any, but what is it? There's a desert planet that Pixie Crit was mentioning earlier. Like there's a desert planet that has all of the Krogans that have left because of this mutiny. So they've kind of set up their own, colony there. There's some other, other things like that. So at the end of the game, you get all of these different, these like notifications saying, hey, the Solarian, we just got word from the Solarian Ark that we hadn't heard from before. So they're almost here. And then like we just heard from this other arc, and like this is happening. So there are all of these different storylines that they could have gone through that we're just never going to get to. But the reason I'm bringing that up is we know that we're getting a Mass Effect. I think they're calling it Mass Effect 4, but really it's Mass Effect 5. Okay.
Yeah.
And in the trailer, in the original trailer that we got, we did see an Angara.
Did we?
Very faint.
Okay.
I'm going to come to just the three of us here momentarily, because I'm gonna look this up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also, we didn't get to touch on it earlier, but the Angara design is like awesome.
Cool as shit. Yes.
Fantastic. Yeah.
So we don't see it directly. Okay. Actually, hold on. Let's pause this. I'm gonna turn this up here. We did an episode called Oops, All Mass Effect, and Mike and I literally just went through the Mass Effect universe history. Everything in the universe up until the first Mass Effect game.
Oh, okay. So like First Contact.
Everything from
that,
way in the past where they figured out space travel and all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So this is 5 years ago. This is the original next Mass Effect trailer. Teaser trailer. And this has sound.
God, Mass Effect's so cool. Sorry.
Arc 6 is away. Godspeed. Engines are going abandoned!
Is anyone receiving this? We've lost contact. Do not refuse all contact in space.
Mass Effect will return in Avengers Doomsday.
Man, that trailer does something to me. That, like, dude, goosebumps, excitement. Yeah, where's that Angara that you mentioned?
So apparently right here. Well, this one, maybe it's not this trailer. There was this trailer and they released like it was like a poster.
Okay.
And in the poster, there was, in the background there, kind of like an Angara on the poster. Okay, so what I'm going to ask you right now.
Right.
And in the chat, go ahead and throw it out there as well if you've got an idea. What would be your idea of, hey, there's a new Mass Effect game, and we're going to connect Mass Effect 3, the trilogy, and Mass Effect Andromeda?
Ooh. Okay. I think that if you wanted to connect the trilogy with Andromeda, right? And again, with the way Andromeda starts out, the initiative, in case the Reaper threat can't be handled, they're jumping through dark space. They're in cryo for 600 years. I think either you would have to take it where you're either doing, it's tough, but you would have to make it where from the Milky Way galaxy, you're sending maybe another arc or some type of, vessel to Andromeda to see what happened there. I think the other option is vice versa of, if they are really trying to get away from Andromeda, then you would send, instead of sending the Milky Way to the Andromeda galaxy to see what happened, to the arcs and the Nexus, you would, from the Andromeda galaxy, send, again, another arc, but filled with humans, Solarian, Asari, Turians, Krogan, etc., plus the Angara back to the Milky Way. And then the events would take place in the Milky Way 600 years after Andromeda having sent that arc back to the Milky Way.
So that would have, so like we're saying 1,200 years later.
Yeah.
Essentially.
And that's tough to do. Because what changes in that 1,200 years? Because again, the initiative happens sometime during 2.
Yeah.
Time-wise, you're going through 3, you're dealing with all that. If they want to, reference the canon ending of that, sure, go ahead. But even past that ending of 3, you have to determine what, the Milky Way galaxy looks like if that arc's being sent back from Andromeda to the Milky Way. And what's new, what's different, what's changed over, those hundreds of years. It's a really tough thing, I think, to not do a prequel. But, with this being, especially this still that you have on stream right now, with this being an Asari finding an N7 visor, it could still be a prequel, but it's looking maybe like it's not.
So I think the prevailing theory here is that this is Liara.
Okay. Which would be sick. I love me some Liara.
So what I'm thinking, and yeah, if you're in the chat, let us know. But what if they get to Andromeda? Okay, this is a 600-year journey, and we know that Asaris live for like up to 1,000 years or so. So like when we meet Liara, she's barely over 100 years old human-wise. So like she's very young.
Yes.
So let's say they get to Andromeda. Everybody else gets there because like the events of the game, you kind of save. You don't get rid of the Scourge, but you get to the point where like all the other arcs show up. Give this another 50 years tops.
The Nexus is powered.
Like 5-10 years. Yeah, the Nexus is completely powered. All of the other races are there. Everyone is good. And they build a Mass Effect relay. Because when they leave in 2, the Mass Effect relays are still intact.
Correct.
Okay, so, and they, with all of the races, over the years, they should be able, like, they may have had some of the information at least to be like, oh yeah, it works because it goes from here to here and it's connected in this way or this way or this way.
They can mimic the technology.
So they create a Mass Effect relay that is connected to, do we know in 2, do we find, in 1, is that when we find out that the Citadel is a Mass Effect relay? Or is that in 3?
It's a great question. I feel like it's in 1.
I want to say it's, but let's say, hey, we figured out, we figured out Mass Effect relay technology, and we've got like the coordinates for one of these that's closest to the Citadel. Okay. By 600 years in the future, no matter which outcome you get with Mass Effect, the trilogy, the mass relays aren't working. Actually, that's not true, because one of them you just like take over the Reapers. But within 600 years, they could have fixed the, let's say they fixed the Mass Effect relays. Okay. And then when the Andromeda Initiative gets there, they build one, and that is part of their mission, is to build, the Nexus with all the arcs, and then once that is fully up and running, they can build a Mass Effect relay.
They could also, and if I'm going to twist like your theory a little bit, I apologize, but it could also be something very interesting where in Andromeda, we touched on it earlier.
Time travel. No?
Nope.
Okay. Go ahead.
Nope. Please don't touch time. I'll be sad.
Yep.
But Alec Ryder, before passing and transferring everything to the Ryder you play as, he wanted to keep the way that he communicates with the SAM AI a secret. It would be very interesting if there was a whole, secret society plot a little bit to build a relay that can big enough that can jump galaxies.
Mm-hmm.
Because, playthrough 1, 2, 3, you can jump all over the Milky Way, but obviously you can't jump through deep space.
Yeah.
So, with what you're saying, it'd be really interesting if, they do what you're saying and they get that, Mass Effect relay built.
Doo-doo.
Doo-doo. And like, it would be, I just don't know. There's a million ways this could go with what you're saying, where you're going to different clusters in the Andromeda Galaxy, but also what if, there's a secret that the Nexus is supposed to, just like the Citadel, is supposed to be this giant Mass Effect relay that's more powerful than any other relay before it and can jump galaxies.
So,
because,
like you said, we have like a 600-year journey in Andromeda, between 2 and Andromeda. So what if the Citadel, or not the Citadel, the Nexus, okay? They have the information, they have the knowledge of how these Mass Effect relays work. But they have the knowledge and the technology of how these things work within the Milky Way galaxy. So, what if they in the Nexus, their big thing was, we're full of scientists that are there specifically to develop the technology and to figure out the technology to get this Mass Effect relay to work between galaxies, like, multiple galaxies away. So you have 20, 30, 50 that are awake at each time, and once one of them dies, another one gets thawed out and brought up to speed. And like, that's their whole thing, is like, by the time we get there and we're 600 years in the future, we're maybe 10, 15 generations deep, but all of these people left the Milky Way galaxy at the same time, and they're all prepared to be brought up to speed and just continue going. These people are all completely prepared. Be like, okay, when I wake up in 300, 400, 500 years, I have this base to build upon, and I've kind of shown I've shown that I am capable of going from A to fucking Z really quickly, and then jumping off from there.
And that's the thing, especially with Mass Effect, to a certain degree, it becomes about survival, both with like the impending Reaper threat, and then also the Initiative shooting off to the Andromeda Galaxy. So, like you're saying, like, if they're prepared, and whenever they wake up, they know what to do. They know, what needs to be done in order to just continue living and continue surviving. So I think for this new Mass Effect 5, or I guess 4, if they're going to call it that, I feel like there is a possibility of that somewhere in there where, they continue this theme of survival.
Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm in my kind of thought of this is these developers, these scientists on the Nexus, their thought isn't even survival. Their whole being is wake me up when you need me, and I will continue on this research until I die.
And then
the next person will pick up after me. So like the entire reason that they are there is to wake up, research this technology to get us to be able to make a Mass Effect relay between galaxies and die.
And not to make a pun, but like, it's basically a relay race to make that relay.
Yeah.
Like
we have this base, and we have about 600 years to get to here. And we have 50 generations of scientists to get there. And every one of them has this base of knowledge, but has shown the aptitude to be able to kind of get pulled up to speed quickly, to where when they get woken up in 500 years, give them, a month or two, and they've got kind of this entire base back up. And they're like, okay, cool, I've got this, I can keep going.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, now when Mass Effect 5 comes out, I'll be disappointed if I'm not right. But you get a Mass Effect relay in the Milky Way, and then in Andromeda Galaxy, and then
Andromeda.
Within 600 years, you have to think that they have these other Mass Effect relays rebuilt, or at least working,
And you know what? It came back to me, your earlier question, what it was, what do you think this game looks like if it's not rushed? Or what's just something that happens? Yeah. I think the number one thing that happens if this is not rushed is that, you get more races of aliens from the Andromeda Galaxy. It's not just the Ket, and it's not
the Ket
just
and the Angara. That's it. Yep.
And so what we're talking about right now with building those Andromeda relays, that's also what you'll get in this next next Mass Effect, if that does come true.
Okay.
Because I think this takes place in the Helios cluster. You'll go to new clusters. You'll find more aliens in the Andromeda Galaxy, and the Andromeda Galaxy, just how Milky Way was in 1, 2, and 3, will really start to come alive.
And feel like, hey, this is a new universe for us. And it's not a universe, it's a galaxy, but like you go into the Mass Effect world and it is all new to you. But it is a world that feels lived in. Now
it's not just two species, like
now what I want you to do, okay. Tell me your hopes and dreams for Mass Effect 5. I'm going to mute my mic. I'm going to go pee, but I'm listening because I have an AirPod in.
You have the AirPod in, yep.
And then Mike, you too. Your hopes and dreams for a Mass Effect 5 as someone who has never played the games. Like, what would it take for you to just be like, I'm going to jump in right here? Okay.
All right.
But I'm going to go pee.
Okay.
I think my hopes and dreams for 5 would be for it to feel like 2 and 3. I would love and I mean that from a storyline perspective, an overall perspective, length of game, this, that, and the other thing. I just really want this. I'd be okay with a prequel, but I don't think in my heart of hearts that's what I want. I think I want to continue forward in the timeline. And I think what me and Hawks just talked about with, building relays in the Andromeda Galaxy, you don't have to call it Andromeda 2.
No.
You can move away if you want. I understand if they do. But like if we stay in the Andromeda Galaxy and, some of those relays are built, or we start building those relays, I think that would be really awesome, because I think I just want a space adventure where I have these awesome alien squad mates that have depth, have character. I'm interested in, throughout the game. And obviously there has to be a threat. There has to be something for the story to go on. And my thing with the Ket in Andromeda was that I was okay with them. I thought they were good. I think they took a lot of inspiration from the collectors, and then also a little bit of inspiration. The main Ket bad guy is called the Archon, and I think he takes a lot of inspiration from Saren in Mass Effect 1, who is the bad guy, just with how like the way he acts, and he's a little bit obsessive with his goal to like kind of fuck you over. But I need in the Mass Effect 5, I need this new bad guy or this new threat to be no nonsense. I need this to be serious, and I need it to be unique. And I honestly would love it to be a new species or some ancient species that is just so wholly unique and different. So it sounds a little bit silly, but in conclusion for that, I want more of the same from Mass Effect, but I want the threat to be real. I want it to be no nonsense. I want the squad mates to be serious, and I want this story to just really pop off with these planets that feel alive, and I feel like I really am exploring through space and trying to combat this threat that again is no nonsense and is serious, and that you have to take seriously or you're done.
All right, Mike. As someone who hasn't, experienced a series, like what would it take for you to just hop into a new Mass Effect game?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like honestly, like this I wouldn't want to jump in with the latest installment because I know like it doesn't make sense to me to jump into a story in the middle because then I'm just going to be going like, well, what the fuck is this now? Like, who's this guy? Why do I give a shit about this?
Yeah.
You know? So, and I don't want like the first 2 hours of like my playthrough to be just like, hey, let's get you caught up on the last 4 games you didn't play. It's like, man, no, like I understand like a catch up thing, but like, not to sound like a dick, but it's like, man, like if you're going to be jumping into like a continuing series of the 5th installment, like, yeah, be prepared to like have to get on the wiki to pick up the lore,
And that's a fair point to have,
Yeah. And also like, yeah, just from like everything, it just seems like it does need a course correct, because the last thing that came out with the Mass Effect name attached, that wasn't a remaster, a reissue.
Wasn't the Legendary Edition. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It was this game, and this game got it from both sides, both from EA and both from the public. So, like they definitely do need to make a course correction kind of back to 2 and 3. As far as feel, companions, everything. And then, yeah, like there is no reason they couldn't go back to Andromeda. You can't call it Andromeda 2.
No.
Because
no, I don't think
Andromeda,
they should.
yeah. No.
Yeah.
Like that, I mean, calling it Mass Effect Andromeda is a poison pill. You can never go back. Like, you guys shot yourselves in the foot. You slammed your dick in the corridor repeatedly, and you've killed off the idea of Andromeda being the next trilogy or even being like a side story that gets expanded on.
Yeah. No, it is. This should be either Mass Effect 4, which I would disagree. I would say Mass Effect 5. I think that's,
I agree with that, Hawks. Yeah.
Because I don't think as maligned as Mass Effect Andromeda is, and I'm not going to argue that everybody is like, oh my god, it's perfect. No. I'm not going to say that most people think the way that Zachy and I do.
Yeah,
right.
No.
But if they were to basically make a new Mass Effect and it's just like, we're just gonna bring the Angara in, but fuck everything else. That is a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
like
Yeah. So.
yeah. And, like,
So really,
there
really
are-
quick, and I'll let you, I'll let you continue. I just wanted to, because you said, you can't really hop in without getting the backstory and like without 2 or 3 hours. So it's
Yeah.
a bit less. But Mass Effect
still.
1 originally only came out on the 360. Okay.
Yeah.
When Mass Effect 2 came out, it was then released on, I think, PS3. Okay. Along with the Xbox 360. But because 1 never came out on the PS3, they added this kind of comic booky thing where you went through all of these major decisions to be like, oh yeah, and Shepard did this, and what did he choose? Boom, boom. Oh, and then this, what did he choose? Boom, boom. And that's kind of how you went through the first game.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't have all the references, you don't have all the nuances and everything, but those big decisions for your storyline were done in this 5-minute fucking comic book thing.
But and this is going to get into a bigger discussion, which I really do not want to get into at 11 o'clock on a school night.
Yeah.
But no, I think with something where your decisions follow you through not just the game that you are sitting down to play, but like the next couple of installments. I think just being like, hey, here's this comic book thing. What did Shepard do here? Like, here's enough context for you to do something. But it does feel a little bit... Stuff like that feels a bit disingenuous. It's just like you're kind of like, hey, man, we got to get you up to speed. Like, we got to get you out there, like, on the floor. So here's how to run the POS system. Remember that? Okay. Table 6 needs mozzarella sticks. Go get them, Tiger. Like...
So like, what do
I
you
understand the...
What do you think they could do to bring a brand new person into this without having to go through 4
Yeah, that's...
other games and continue the story?
Yeah, that's kind of the trick, because, I mean, like, I love you to death, but the way you talk about some of these games and some of these things, it's like, I get kind of confused as to what is actually fucking important for the main story.
Yeah.
And what is just something that, like, a side story that you guys just fell in love with and just, like, cling to, and it's just like, cool, did I need to know, like, for the purposes of getting from A to B, did I need to know that? Like, and I do love things where you can go on and just, like, wander away from the story for, 10, 20, 30 hours, and then come back and be like, oh, right. Gotta save the Mojave, gotta save the galaxy, gotta do whatever. But
Look,
yeah,
bud,
there's...
you have to know, in the Yakuza games, the Gondawara family, all right, and their patriarch who loves baby play and loves diaper play, that is a major point of this story. You see him once per game, and you have to know how Kazuma Kiryu and Ichiban Kasuga interacted with Patriarch Gondawara and his family. Okay? Because, like, then if he shows up in the movie, how are you going to know? That's one of the most important things, is how you dealt with this one specific side story.
Yeah.
And also, Dex in chat, said that with Kingdom Hearts, everything that you were told, Mike,
I told him that earlier.
Important.
Yeah.
And they're not wrong. Dex and Hawks are not wrong.
So, Mike, I'm kind of like...
I'm looking at this from a, like, how...
From someone who's never played the games.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this as, like, a practical thing. Like, how do you get somebody new into the story? And it's just like, yeah, man, like, I don't like the 5-minute, here's a comic book, plug in these choices with, like, enough context to make at least a semi-informed decision.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like you're missing out on a lot of, like, the world building that got done, a lot of some of this other stuff. But, like, it is... This is just a complaint that I have of, like, this is a larger complaint that I have.
Yep.
Of, like, with this interactive medium, like, how difficult it is to keep telling this overarching story and get, it's like, some people didn't play this on like the original release. Like they were a PS3 kid, they weren't a 360 kid. So you got the second one, you didn't get the first one. So it's like, okay, we got to get you in somehow.
Mhm.
But,
doing this kind of this comic booky thing to make decisions from one game, much different than 4 games.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So it's like,
let me we're in an age where you can do a lot more with this new generation of games. So what about an idea of like you play the game with none of this like build up. You make a character because you're playing a brand new character. Okay, let's say that. You're playing a brand new character.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I don't know if they can even build it this way because you're essentially making multiple different games. Like you get to a point where you are just playing the game normally, and then you get to this you turn a corner, and it's like, okay, the next bit in this story, what should the past be? Like you turn this corner, and like just going with like Mass Effect 1 through 3, the Rachni Queen. Okay.
Yeah.
In Mass Effect 1, you can choose to save the Rachni Queen or kill the Rachni Queen, and that'll come back to you in Mass Effect 3. So let's say in this new game, okay, you are going through and you're trying to find allies, or you're trying to do something, and you just get to a point in the story naturally where then you were brought up with this decision: hey, did the Rachni Queen get saved? You have enough context clues to know what's going on, but hey, going forward, was the Rachni Queen saved? Was the Rachni Queen killed?
Yeah, and I think.
Do you think that would work, or do you think it should should pretty much be everything is set in stone by the time that you start playing the game and you have hands on sticks?
Yeah, I think honestly, this is one of those, like, you have the original trilogy, like, you need to canonize something.
Okay.
Because, like, you can't
I kind of agree.
Yeah, like, you can't keep doing this just, like, every new game, like, have you played this before? Because you're going to have, like, this 5-minute comic book thing is going to keep getting longer and longer. Like, where you have to make more and more decisions, and it's like, and as someone, like, coming to something, it's like, man, I would love it if, like, you establish the canon in the tutorial. Like, it's talking to, like, an elder, and they're just like, oh, I remember this, and it just like
this exposition dump, but it is this is the universe that you're in.
Yeah, and it's just like,
or like an X-Men Danger Room-esque situation where you're going through a simulation for a good 5-10 minutes.
Yeah,
and those decisions that you make in that danger room are what fill the void of that save that you haven't made the decisions for.
Exactly. Yeah, like you're still like you're kind of seeing, like, again, like an elder telling you the stories of just like, oh, I remember when Commander Shepard did, when this happened, when he had to make this decision, and just like something, but then it's also just like, hey, you remember Commander Shepard? He's going to teach you how to play this bit, like this thing. And then, next story beat, the next part of the tutorial, also building the lore, also, hey, man, like the elder's like, my memory's a little shaky. I think you did this, but it's just like,
okay.
It's still kind of...
So you're essentially... like your idea is, hey, we're in the future of everything that happened, but our kind of memory banks are a little wonky.
Exactly.
So we're gonna have you play through it as opposed to just select this or tell you this, select this. Like, we're gonna have you play through a few things and kind of maybe bring you up to speed in the Mass Effect universe and how things have worked.
Yeah.
And give you the option to make these massive decisions ahead of time. And now when you go into the game, everything is set.
Yeah, exactly.
I also think it's good in the context of, like, the whole comic book story example can be rough because it's like, oh, did you do A or did you do B? And then that's
Yeah.
just kind of what you remember of that. Where
Yeah.
with these examples that we're giving now, like you kind of feel a little bit more weight with that. You kind of understand a little bit more of what happened and how serious that was and what that could possibly mean for the future. I like that a lot better than the comic book story example. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, just for 5 or Dex.
Yeah, Dex says, now what if the new Mass Effect was a soft reboot of the franchise? No.
I would buy it. I would buy it day one, and I would play all of it, and I would be angry the whole time.
Yes, I would be disappointed the entire time.
Zacky's hate stream.
Yeah.
Just the whole time controlling it and just fuck.
God damn it, son of a...
Yeah, if they were like Mass Effect 5, but it's all new.
Yeah. Mass Effect 1.5 HD remake, Dream Drop, Distance, Andromeda.
3527 by 69 days.
Here's this weird Sony phone that's only available in the Filipino market. It
Yeah.
has 17 hours of story that you need. Good luck.
Yeah. That is crucial to Kingdom Hearts 4.
Oh my god. Let's Hey, I'm just asking after the response to Andromeda and where BioWare is. You're not wrong, Dex. I'm not saying that you're wrong. Like they could very much just be like, hey, we're gonna do like a reboot. But I looking at Dragon Age, the Veilguard, that wasn't a reboot. That was that was like a departure from the original Dragon Age games, but that was a sequel to that world. And as far as I'm aware, and correct me if I'm wrong, the Dragon Age the Veilguard was kind of like what Mike was saying. Like, we've canonized certain decisions.
Yeah.
And you are now playing in this world where this, and this, and this, and this are canon, and now this is the world that you're playing in. Correct? Am I correct in that? Or either of you? Veilguard's the only one that I'd played.
Yeah.
But there's a history there that I know about, at least.
Yeah. And that,
Dex, Danielle Z, if you're still here, I think Danielle Z has played through them. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Yeah. I have. Yeah, I haven't played Veilguard, but like with stuff like this, it's like I understand. Like you have these branching narratives, you have these decision trees that affect the outcome of your playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, at some point, like the further and further you get into the story, it can't just be like, but you have to put up some guardrails at some point.
Yeah.
Like to keep this story going. And if they want to tell a new story with the new one, totally fine. Like you already have the rules of the universe. Like you just have to be like, this happened. But like the stuff you did in 2 and 3, that still exists. You did that.
Yeah.
You done good.
Yeah.
But like these are some fixed points in time. Like that.
And that's kind of my fear for like 4 and 5 is that they're going to look at it in a similar way and just be like, we need to get away from every decision that's ever been made and just clean slate it completely.
Yeah.
And they're going to do it in a way that's just not going to feel like Mass Effect.
Yeah. And my bigger thing is just knowing the big players involved. It's like, man, it's like I mean, I am very excited to play the original trilogy. Like,
I heard it's the best time.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's just I have to find time to do so. But yeah, it's one of those like, I mean, you have the story. It's already done. Like you could do other stuff, but again, you have to nail some things down because like, and it sucks because you're going to piss off part of the fan base. Like no matter what you do, somebody is going to be big mad loud online.
Yeah.
But like,
and again, that's kind of part of the fallout with Andromeda is that because it flopped. Like the next game, it's gonna piss off somebody.
It's always and
that somebody is me.
There it is.
Regardless of what they do.
Yeah.
Good, bad, indifferent. Robert's big mad.
Tex.
There it is.
That's my secret. I'm
There it is.
always big mad.
Yeah, Dex mentions it is a departure in some ways, but it is a sequel to Inquisition. Yeah. So they have the history of, hey, we're gonna, like you said, Mike, canonize some endings.
Yeah. And yeah, like, and that sucks. I get it. I have also seen the discourse about the Fallout TV series, like canonizing certain endings, and it's just like, yeah, man, y'all have never told a fucking story, clearly.
Yeah.
Like, you have to, like, things have to happen, like, this happens, therefore this happens, therefore this happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It's almost like that's how a story works. It's nuts that people are just
Yeah.
like,
yeah, and it's just like,
it's
I'm
not
sorry.
my canon. All right, dude. Well, like,
Yeah, it's just like, sorry, dude, who just decided to, like, live for the Roman Empire and, like, choose the worst possible ending. I'm sorry, that's not the canonized ending. Like, my
Yeah.
independent emirate of New Vegas is probably also not the canon ending. But hey, I had fun siding with Yes Man and creating pure and
Yeah.
unadulterated
Yeah.
chaos. You know? So, like,
yeah. The fact of the matter is that playing it, picking your ending was a good time.
yeah,
The show is a good time, and guess
Yeah.
what? The future installments probably going to be a good time.
yeah. But, like, yeah, like, when you're building this world, like, fucking things have to happen. Like, there have to be fixed points in time, like, fixed
Mhm.
parts of the story.
Mhm.
Where it's
Correct.
just like, this always happens.
Yeah.
You know? Like, no matter what you do, no matter what you did, this happened. And so that's how we got to this happened, therefore Mass Effect 5 or 17 or, 3.25 Nokia.
3.75,
days.
69, 40, 17, 50.
358 and a half years over Andromeda.
Yeah. So,
Oh, man.
yeah,
Well-
man, there's going to come one of these episodes where I just get hammered and just give all of my gripes about storytelling.
That's a future episode of this podcast. Trust me.
Old man yells
Yeah,
at
that-
Cloud.
Yeah.
Old man yells
There's
at Cloud.
no reason for that
episode.
not to be an episode.
I mean, listen, we could put the thing on there, warn people.
Mike's gripe episode. Yeah.
The Festivus episode.
Mike's airing of grievances.
Got a lot of problems with you people.
Oh man. Zachy, before we get out of here, do you have anything else on your list that we haven't covered? Or maybe everything we didn't cover because we just went over other shit.
No, not entirely. I maybe have a couple small things. Andromeda has a scan mechanic. It's a little bit tedious, helps with research.
Yeah.
Don't really want to see that return.
Fair.
I'll go over the squad mates again real quick in just my opinion. Cora, Liam, standard military human crew, whatever, boring. Vetronix, great female Taurian character, awesome. PB, meh in my eyes. Drac, the Krogan squad mate, fantastic. I love having a Krogan squad mate. They're your classic, fight-loving squad mate. And then there's Jaal, the Angora, that is just so awesomely designed. He's probably the squad mate with the most depth that I love. I hope to see more Angora in future installments.
Yep.
That's what I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love PB. Mike,
Yes.
Mike, where can people find you? What are your plans this week?
So I was actually gonna do a test stream yesterday as we record this, but things happened. I had it written on my calendar we have a calendar on our fridge, and I write stuff on there, and then I immediately go back on it. It's fun. Makes planning our lives real easy. But yeah, gonna try to hop on, at least do one more test stream, maybe play some 76 or some other multiplayer game, and then just be like, all right, I'm going to crank everything up and see how these things handle me just like playing Cyberpunk on max settings with the stream PC outputting at maximum possible everything, and see if I can break this shit. Which,
Yeah.
to be honest, feels like I'm gonna break something, but that is why we test. That is what you do. So, but you can find my streams on twitch.tv/nerdingforbeginners. I am at Nerding for Beginners across platforms, except for Blue Sky, where it is nfbofficial.bluesky.app or .social or whatever the hell it is. I'm a bit more active on Blue Sky than I am on like Facebook and Instagram right now. So that's probably going to be the best place to find out what I'm doing and when I'm doing it. So,
Okay. Okay.
there we go.
And ZackyG, where can people find you? Thank you. Well, first off, thank you so much for joining us. This has been
No, thank you
awesome.
guys for having me. This is I had a lot of fun here. I'm happy, you guys were willing to have me for to die on the hill that is Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
We're all going down, buddy.
all of this came up from yesterday in Neo Ayoshi's stream,
Mm-hmm.
where ZackyG mentioned something like blah blah blah. Don't get me started on how much I like Mass Effect Andromeda, and I was like, oh, you should come on the podcast sometime. And he's like, oh, all right. And I was like, what are you doing tomorrow?
Yeah. Hawks is like,
So.
so what are you doing tomorrow? I'm like, I was going to stream, but that can change.
Yeah.
I'm not married to
Any
anything.
chance to talk about Mass Effect, like, I'll take.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So where can people find you? What are we doing? What do you got anything planned this week, next week?
Yeah, so nothing quite planned this week, next week, but you can find me at twitch.tv/ZackyG74. Right now we're playing through Octopath Traveler 0, and we are loving it. We're having a really good time. We're spreading the word about it, trying to get more people to play, because everyone who's playing it, everyone who's picking it up is really, really loving it. And like,
Wait, which game?
that's one of Octopath Traveler 0.
Octopath Traveler 0. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's just one of the things I love about video games is, getting your friends to play and sharing the experience and just, the overall community of it. But yeah, you can find me there. I'm not really on any other social media, so nice try. But yeah, just I'm over there at twitch.tv/ZackyG74. And we play RPGs, JRPGs, Souls-likes, the occasional Mario Kart, and really anything that we're feeling at the time. So yeah, that's where you can find me.
Perfect. Yeah, I tried Octopath 1.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's and if the other ones don't have them, thank you. If the other ones don't have them, the random encounters.
You mean just like walking around and the
Yeah.
pops?
Yeah.
All three of them have it.
Yeah, that's I think I'm at that point now where I'm just like, I don't want that anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
I can see that. That's
yeah.
you want the option to avoid.
Yeah. I just want to like be able to walk up and be like, yes, I'll fight you, without me walking and then blah, 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 blah. Like it's I am at that point. Maybe it's always a surprise. It's not a good one. Every surprise isn't great,
Fair.
But
Get it?
yeah. ZackyG, Zachariah, Zacchelius.
All of those work.
Yep.
All of those are welcome.
Thank you, my friend. We will wrap up this episode, but hang out with us because we'll drop a raid on maybe Fran Mirabella III, I think.
Oh,
So
All right.
thank you all for hanging out with us. We will see you all next week. Hell, Hero of Time, if you're still out there in chat, join us next week. Let's talk about Ghost of Yotei. Okay? That's it. Yeah. If not, we'll have something else. And make sure you check out Storymoders Quantum. That is our weekly breakdown of Fallout Season 2. Every episode. They go out Tuesday mornings at 9:42 a.m. Eastern. That is when the bombs dropped. Check out our web store, storymoders.com, for your pint glass. I have one. Zachy has one. They're great. They're very thick. Just don't throw them in the dishwasher. And
Nice glass.
yes, we put a new episode out today. as we're recording this, of Storymoders Quantum, talking about episode 7 of Fallout, and then we will be talking about episode 8 this weekend, and that will go out next Tuesday. So we will see you next Tuesday.
We're dumb, but we have fun.
It's like kind of